Welcome to H.A. Lynn Stadium. As we are, looks like 53 minutes away from the start of this Class 4A playoff game between the Newton Cardinals and the Fort Dodge Bombers. Great night for football. A late arriving Fort Dodge crowd, apparently, tonight.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live Iowa high school football coverage on KNIA KRLS, KNIA-KRLS.com, and the free KNIA KRLS app.
Fly to the left side, trying to get the corner, has it, 45-50, where's the speed, 40, 30, down the sideline, 20, 10, he's going to go, touchdown, Caden Klein. That is a 57-yard touchdown run over the left side, and Caden Klein takes it to the house.
Ethan McNeil with the ball, and he has a first down across the 50. Fumble the ball. Knoxville has it. Going the other way. Jackson Clark, 30, down the far sidelines and ushered out of bounds.
Frick fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's going to toss it down the field. Wide open. Ryland Hilton caught at the 40. Up the sideline. Splits the defender. Stay on his feet. Ryland Hilton going all the way for a touchdown.
And book your next stay at a Hilton with reservations for 6.
As part of tonight's pregame show, we'll get you set for all the action with the keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and game time temperature, all counting you down to tonight's opening kick.
Nunakoven will catch it at around the 25. He's looking for his blockers. He's got him set up. He's at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Landon Nunakoven.
Second down and 5 for the Warriors. Hatlevick back to pass. Going deep again. He's got Eli Robbins wide open. Touchdown. Touchdown, Norwalk. They're going to pass. Rash one-on-one coverage. And it's intercepted by Rex right at the 20. 30 to the 40. Has blocking in front of him near midfield, and he's wrapped down there.
Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth for live Iowa high school football on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA KRLS.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to H.A. Lynn Stadium and Newton Cardinal football in the KRLS 3 stream. I'm Randy Van with Wally Price, and there is no other place we'd rather be here as we bring you the first home playoff game for the Cardinals since 2007. A team that is just like Cardinals, 8-1. Fort Dodge, the opponent tonight, and they are out of the Iowa Alliance Conference. Both teams out on the field, have been for a while, getting ready for this first round matchup here at H.A. Lynn Stadium. And Wally, this is a highly anticipated ball game, and I got a great crowd here. And this is kind of what Coach Sweeney envisioned whenever he took over the program.
Yeah, that's right, Randy. We've made a lot of 2-3 hour trips to these first round playoff games, and finally this group of Cardinals has got the with the district win last week, we finally get the home playoff game here.
The Cardinals again coming in with a very explosive offense. Unlike the team they're playing tonight, the Dodgers, they're more of a methodical, ground-oriented team, Wally.
Well, that's right, Randy, and they are led by William McElroy. He has carried the ball 173 times for the Dodgers for 873 yards, but Deshaun Ross is right behind him. He has carried 81 times for 737 yards for a 9.1 yard per carry. And then Ezra Barkhouse, he's carried it 43 times for an even 200 yards. As a team, they've rushed the ball 354 times this year, and for 2,067 yards, and they're averaging 5.8 yards per carry as far as rushing yardage goes.
Yeah, Deshaun Ross, he's a big boy, 6'5", 235. And if you're a defensive back, you don't want to see him coming around the corner. So want to try and keep him inside the hash marks here as much as possible tonight.
Well, and that's right. And if any of you listeners ever go to watch Cardinals wrestle, Nick Milburn last year in the state wrestling tournament, he ended up going against Deshaun Ross there, and he is actually has signed a letter of commitment, of intent. Thank you.
Yep.
to go wrestle for Oklahoma State. So all around pretty good athlete, but Nick kind of wants to settle the score, I think,
a little
tonight.
payback here tonight. Hopefully that'll be the case. And Ross also had a whole bunch of Division I football offers from about half a dozen schools out of the Big Ten and Big 12.
Yes, that's right. And they do throw the ball some also. Drew McBride is the quarterback for the Dodgers. He's 81 of 147 yards for a 55.1 completion rate. He's thrown the ball for 1,145 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has had 5 interceptions, though. So, but he's another threat at running the ball back there. He's carried the ball 47 times for 190 yards. So, kind of like Caden Klein, he'll throw it and run the ball for the Dodgers.
And both these teams, they're one loss to teams that are in the playoffs and playing tonight as well, as it was Sergeant Bluff Luton, 38-0 win over Fort Dodge. And that was, I think, like week 5 or thereabouts. And, of course, Newton, week number 2, with a team that was a little banged up, committed 5 turnovers, and still only lost to North Polk by 3, giving up a touchdown with less than a minute to go.
Well, and also Fort Dodge has had a couple real close games. One of them with Webster City, and one of their close rivalries up there. That was a 7-6 ball game. And then Lamar's, another one that was in their district up that way. They was a 9-3 ball game with Lamar's. So they haven't actually went and dominated every game this year.
Yeah, of course, Newton's been putting up points right and left here, over 40 points quite often here, once they've especially been at home to really dominate their opponents here. And game against Grinnell, we thought that would be a lot closer, but they just came out and took care of business. Now, one thing that kind of plagued Newton, besides injuries earlier in the year, was penalties, but they've really done a good job here down the stretch while doing that. And Coach Andy Swedenjum just thinks they're peaking at the right time.
Yes, he honestly has said he does not believe the Cardinals have had their best complete all-around football game yet. So they're kind of saving that. But kind of some identical marks. Tacklers, Sam Mosier, he has 55.5 with 45 solo tackles. Then you have Deshaun Ross that's going both ways. He's got 49.5. And Jesse Igley, he's got 49.5 tackles also. And their kicker is number 91, Bo Marsh. And Bo has had kind of interesting, but no touchdowns this year. He has done the punting duties also for the Dodgers and had 26 punts, averaged 31.1 yards a punt. So
hopefully we'll see him doing that a lot tonight.
Yes.
That would be nice.
A lot of punts there. And this series, recent years, has been a 2-2 split with the Dodgers. And before that, if you want to go back to the Big 8 and the CIC and that, Cardinals had won 12 in a row. But the last time we played them, it was a 71-70 barn burner. I don't think anybody played defense. But the Cardinals came out on top on that game. But then 2016, Fort Dodge won 43-21. 2009, Fort Dodge also won 23-20. 2008, Newton picked up the win 34-21 against the Dodgers.
And one nice stat that maybe if you heard my first from the field earlier in our earlier pregame show before we got to this pregame show here tonight, Newton has not lost on this field in 2 seasons.
That's right.
9-0.
9-0. So let's just make that number 10.
I like 10's a nice round number. Let's go with that.
Double digit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the Cardinals have headed to their locker room. Finn Martin's the only one out here doing a little pitch and catch yet, right around the 15-yard line over here to my right. And also in the locker room now, the folks at the Fort Dodge squad, I was going to say, looking across the way, not a lot of people decided to travel down from Fort Dodge for this one here tonight. So definitely a lot of fan support going to be outnumbered here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals, there were people here at 11:30 this morning already in line, just like the old days when we had the home playoff games. And so it was really nice. A lot of the boys mentioned that they drove by today and saw the people out there in line.
Well, we are about 20 minutes away from the start of this one, a Class 4A first-round matchup at H.A. Lynn Stadium. Again, first time that has happened since 2007. And the Cardinals looking for their first playoff win since 2014, and the very first one under six-year head coach Andy Sweeney. We want to put an end to that 3 straight playoff drought, and hopefully that'll happen here tonight. We'll be back with more of our pregame. We got Coach Sweeney coming up as well. Matter of fact, he is next when our pregame show continues. As you're listening to Newton Cardinal football from the KRLS 3 on the KRLS 3 stream from the H&R Block radio broadcast booth.
Set your kids up for success this school year with a comprehensive eye exam from the Eye Care Center of Newton. Hi, this is Dr. Chad Klein. Clear vision is key to learning, reading, and classroom confidence. Our expert team makes eye care easy, comfortable, and kid-friendly. Don't wait. Schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam today. Your child's education starts with clear sight. Eye Care Center of Newton. Our mission is your vision.
Here in Newton, we look out for each other, and when it comes to protecting what matters most, that's exactly what Lonnie Porter with State Farm does best. Auto, home, life, and business, Lonnie's got you covered with plans that make sense for your needs and your budget. Lonnie's more than just an insurance agent. He's your neighbor. You'll get real answers, personal service, and peace of mind that comes with working with someone who truly cares about this community. So whether you're buying your first car, building your dream home, or planning for the future, stop by Lonnie Porter's office in Newton or give him a call today.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
Welcome back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth here on KRLS 3. Joining us now on our pregame with head coach Andy Sweeney. Gentlemen, Coach, this is the time of year that everybody gets excited about, especially, and it's all the kind of the work points to this. Home playoff game, first time, in a long time, and I know this was one of the goals of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that we talked about, over the last few years here of how important it is for us to be able to host a playoff game, and it's really awesome experience for us. I've heard all these stories about back in the day and hosting playoff games and the town shutting down and people lining the track and all that kind of stuff here. And so I haven't had the opportunity to be able to experience that yet, and so we are very very excited about this opportunity. Very excited to kind of show the state what our community is all about and what Red Pride's all about.
You guys kind of raised the bar with the last couple of regular season games. I don't know how you're going to top it here with a playoff game.
We've been doing a nice job with some of that stuff. Environment, will be fun. I think, regrettably, the state has a rule that we can't have fireworks at this game. So, we won't be able to have that going on. But, our environment, I think, is second to none. And so I'm just really excited about it. Our kids love playing at home. Our kids love playing in front of the home crowd, and I think we do a fantastic job as a community really rallying around those kids. And, I think there's a reason why, as Coach Weeks has talked to me here this year, historically we've won 75% of our games at H.A. Lynn Stadium and, haven't lost in a couple of years there. And so I think that's just kind of a testament to the whole community and and how well they rally around our kids.
Yeah, 9-0 over the last 2 years, so that's can't beat that stat. So that's good. And of course, tough opponent at playoff time always. Fort Dodge coming to town. Talk a little bit about the Dodgers.
Yeah, they do a nice job. They're a tough physical team, and so they're kind of a little more defensive oriented, and so you can kind of tell that's kind of where they've focused a lot of their playmakers and that kind of stuff is on the defensive side of the ball. And so they got some guys on there that can real game changers and stuff like that. And so you have to make sure that you're fundamentally sound and you're doing your job and you're doing your assignment. And I tend not to try to worry about other teams very much. It's what we can control. And so our kids are excited about this opportunity. Offensively, they like to be really tough, run the ball. And so, we're kind of really ready for a nice, tough physical game.
Yeah, Deshaun Ross, one of their backs and one of their leaders on defense, got a lot of D1 offers. He's going to actually go wrestling, and he's pretty good at wrestling too, but he's someone obviously you're going to have to be aware of on the field.
Yeah, I think he's a good player. He's a big physical kid, and so when you got kids like that, you just have to make sure you bottle them up, and you got to make sure you keep them contained. When you got big physical running backs like that, you'd rather your big physical kids be the ones tackling him, and so it's really important that you keep them bottled up. Don't let them get on the perimeter and that kind of stuff, because then you're asking kids who aren't quite that build to kind of take those people down. And so I'm just excited about our kids. I think they have worked extremely hard. This week was a really good week of practice, and so I think they're ready to take the next step.
And you're going into this one totally healthy, which is nice this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of, amazing. A few weeks ago, a little nervous about the state of the health of our team, but, we got everybody ready to roll that's been a starter so far this year. And so, as healthy as we've been, there's no restrictions on any kids, anything like that, and we're ready to roll.
Now, I understand the Dodgers play like a 3-3 stack. And what's the best way to attack that?
Yeah, part of a 3-3 stack, they try to confuse you a little bit, right? And so one of the advantages of running a 3-3 is that you can blitz kids from anywhere. And so making sure that we are fundamentally sound, make sure that we understand our assignments, we understand who we're working towards, those kind of things are really important for that, attacking that 3-3 stack. And so, we're kind of excited about it. It's a defense that, can be tricky if you're not really doing things right. And so we've made a few adjustments here on how we attack 3-3s tonight. And so I'm just kind of excited to see if those work out.
I know Ross, we mentioned earlier, is up there in the class in sacks. So I assume that's why, because they blitz, quite a bit.
Yeah, he plays defensive end for them. And so he's kind of their field defensive end. And, he's a good player and, kind of unique in the fact that, he's big and athletic, and most defensive ends are in a 3-point stance, but not him. He's in a 2-point stance, and he just kind of hangs out on the edge and does his job. And so, obviously somebody you got to make aware of, but, at the end of the day, we've got really good kids too. And so, our big message for our team is, can't be afraid of anybody or anything. So we're just excited about going out there and competing and show what we can do.
And do they bring a kind of a different offensive set than what you've seen this year as well?
A little bit. I mean, they're kind of a predominantly run-heavy team. So offensively, what they do schematically reminds me a lot of Grinnell. And so they've got some tough physical backs. They like to rotate in back there. And so, we just got to make sure that we're gap sound and aligned. And, I feel good with who we've played and how they can prep us for this game. Similar teams that we've played kind of, at least schematically like them, Grinnell and Indianola and those kind of, they all kind of do kind of similar stuff schematically. And so we've had some good opportunities to prep for this.
They're a ball control offense, obviously, so that limits your possessions. So you got to make sure you're crisp and make sure you make the most of those.
Absolutely. I think one of the nice things about our offense the last few weeks is we've been pretty efficient, really. We've kind of come out firing right out the gate the last few weeks, and so our kids have just done a really nice job of executing. So I feel really good about where we're at. I just think that there's so many kids that we have that can do things with the ball. When you talk about Caden, you talk about Isaiah, and you talk about Finn and Quan, it's just kind of nice to have a bunch of different dudes that can go out there and do some stuff, because it kind of, makes it hard to defend, because, you kind of have to pick your poison a little bit on who you want to, do the damage for you.
Definitely. Haven't talked a lot about special teams this year, but let's talk a little bit about Jackson Price. He's got a lot of touchbacks, which eliminates, a potential for a run back or a big play there. And he hasn't tried a lot of field goals this year, but what's your feeling on his ability there?
No, Jackson's a great kicker, man. He's awesome. I think he's one of the top kickers in the state. When you start looking at in regards to accuracy, he's only missed one extra point on the year. We don't do a ton of field goals. That's okay. I tend to be a little bit aggressive as it is anyways. And so, but his kickoffs have been really, really good. And that's something that, a lot of teams like to spend a lot of time on strategizing kickoffs and where do you place the ball and that kind of stuff. And our philosophy is just get it to the end zone, dude. And he's done a really good job with that. One of the top kids in the state in regards to touchbacks. And so I'm just really blessed to be able to have him out here and being able to do those kind of things for us.
What are you going to say to the team here just before they head out to the field?
The biggest thing we talked about with them is they are enough, right? Like everybody makes all this commotion about certain players and certain things and, having to be overhyped and that kind of stuff. But they're the kids we want in this moment. And so they're the kids that have the ability to do what they're supposed to do. Obviously we got to play hard and we got to play intense. We got to do those kind of things, but we don't have to do anything superhuman. We just have to do what we're capable of doing and we can take care of business.
And you'll have a huge crowd behind you here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. We already had that experience already with Pella. I had goosebumps. I had to take a moment just to appreciate it. And so I'm just, embracing this moment. I just can't wait to kind of look around and just take it all in for a little bit.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and best of luck tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Head Coach Andy Sweetenshelm joining us here. The kickoff is coming up. You're listening to New Cardinal Football. The
Got
HR
tires
Block
needing
Radio
real care?
broadcast
Maybe
booth
it's oil
on
change time,
KRLS
or you just want an honest hometown mechanic. Then head on over to Ryan's Tire and Auto, Newton's favorite pit stop. At Ryan's, you're not just a car. You're part of our community. From tire sales, brake repairs, diagnostics, and custom accessories, we've got you covered with prices you can afford and service you can trust. Located at 1607 1st Avenue East in Newton. Open weekdays 7 to 5 and Saturdays from 8 to noon. Call 641-841-2134 today. And when your tires are crying, better call Ryan.
You didn't start your business to do taxes. Good thing we did. Block Advisors by H&R Block serves over 2 million businesses like yours every year. From daycare providers to home contractors and realtors, we've seen it all. Find a tax expert who understands the ins and the outs of your industry. Contact your local Block Advisors by H&R Block in Sheraton, Knoxville, and Newton, and start your small business taxes today.
And welcome back to the H&R Block Radio broadcast booth. Randy Van with you. About ready to see the Cardinals come through the tunnel over there on the far side. And as we get set to do that, let's introduce you to the starting lineups for your Newton Cardinals, presented by the Eye Care Center of Newton. And again, everybody's healthy, so we're going to the starting lineups at the start of the season. At center on the offensive side, number 59, Colt On, a senior. Number 56, Jake Mace-Maynard, left guard, and left tackle number 71, Ryan Modlin. They are a junior and a senior, respectively. Over on the right side, I should say, number 78, Nicholas Badawibi. You have, he is a junior. Will Rollins, number 77, right tackle. He is a senior. Your tight end, 88, Zach Felton. He is a senior. Wide receivers, number 1, Nick Collison. He's a senior, along with number 8, Finn Martin, a senior, and senior Gabe Otto, who wears number 10. Your running backs are number 0, Quan Coley, a junior, and number 2, Isaiah Hansen, a junior, and your quarterback, number 5, Caden Klein, a senior. Defensively, you have at tackles, Colby Revel, a senior, number 75, and Malachi Mosley, a junior, at number 99. Number 88, Jack Felton, is at one end. On the other side, you have number 59, Colt On. They're both seniors. Your linebackers, of course, junior Nick Milburn and senior Colton Northcutt. Nick wears number 55, Northcutt number 33. Cornerbacks, number 7, Ali Yahia, a senior, and number 3, that is Alameen Shanto, a junior. And your safeties, Josh Lampy, a sophomore, wears number 11. Number 13, Dawson Mackey, a senior. Number 5, Keaton Klein, a senior. Again, Jackson Price is the kicker. And the long snapper, the holder, Michael Mattis, number 22. And Felton does the punting as well for Newton. That's your starting lineups, presented by Eye Care Center of Newton, where our mission is your vision. 5 minutes away. We've got the national anthem coming up. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth in H.A. Lynn Stadium in 60 seconds.
Buying experience, come see us here at Lauterbach Buick GMC in Newton. Hello, this is Jason Lauterbach, and we've been selling Buicks in central Iowa since 1954. Family is the cornerstone of Lauterbach Buick GMC, and that's why we treat every customer like one of our own. Discover the perfect vehicle with a growing selection of Buick Envisions, Encore GX, and the all-new Buick Envista. Local family-owned Lauterbach Buick GMC, Newton Speedway exit 168 or lauterbachcars.com.
Does your child struggle with attention, sleep, or sensory sensitivities? Maybe they're a picky eater, have trouble with coordination, or seem overwhelmed in certain environments. These challenges can impact their daily life, learning, and emotional well-being. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, our pediatric occupational therapists specialize in helping children develop the skills they need to thrive. With our convenient locations in Ames, Des Moines, Oskaloosa, Pella, and Newton, we're here to support your child's growth and success. Visit kineticedgept.com or call any of our locations to learn more and schedule an evaluation.
For over 40 years, Interstate Insurance has been serving Newton and Baxter with trusted coverage for families, farms, and businesses. As an independent agency, we're not limited to just one company, so if your rates go up, we've got options that suit your needs and fit your budget. While some agencies are struggling to find coverage, we partner with multiple top-rated companies to make sure you're protected. Stop by our office on the south side of the Newton Square or visit us at iisnewton.com. Interstate Insurance, local, reliable, and here for you.
And we get back to the H.R. Block radio broadcast booth. A fine rendition of the national anthem by the band out there tonight. Many of them in their Halloween costumes, apparently. So, yeah, as they leave the field, we're going to have the captains come across, and we'll have the coin toss. And we are about 3 minutes away from getting this first playoff game here at H.A. Lynn Stadium underway. In 18 years, 2007 again, you have to go back to. You're listening to Newton Cardinal Football, powered by the Knoxville Raceway on the KRLS-3 stream at KNIAKRLS.com and the KNIA KRLS mobile app. Our game time temperature, 45 degrees, and as I look at the flag over at the south end of the stadium, it is blowing a little bit. Looks like it's blowing from the south to the north. So 45 degrees, a little bit of a wind. That is tonight's game time temperature, presented by Brookwood Incorporated, your authorized Lennox heating and cooling contractor, serving Newton and the surrounding area for over 60 years. So Colt on, Milburn, Keaton Klein, and Isaiah Hansen going out, the captains for Newton, to meet the four captains for Fort Dodge. They're extending handshakes. Newton wearing their red jerseys, names on the back, white helmets with the outline of the Cardinal in red, white pants. And Fort Dodge, black helmets, white jerseys with black numerals and black pants. The Dodgers. And the flip is held, and it looks like Fort Dodge won it, and they deferred. So Newton will have the football when we get this game underway.
Well, I think that
probably just exactly what Andy wanted.
Yeah, I'd say that if he had to write the script, that's the way he would want it. He wants that football and get the first crack at it.
So he kind of wins either way, even if they win it or lose it. So
yeah, the only thing is they get the ball at the start of the second
half. That's correct. Fort Dodge, again, is coached by Nick Mosier, again, out of the Iowa Lions Conference. Again, the key players for them, keep an eye on tonight. If you're just joining us, Dalton Eckley, a senior. He is their receiving leader. Also, Sam Moser leads them in tackles with 55 and a half. And we've already talked about their quarterback, True McBride, coming in with 147 yards passing, 9 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 190 yards. And besides Ross, William McElroy, the junior, leads them with 873 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. So that sets the stage, and we are set to get this one underway here at H.A. Lynn Stadium. Again, Randy Van, Wally Price of the KRLS-3 stream. So glad to have you with us. Don't forget, we got a fan of the game to announce coming up later on as well here tonight. So back to receive for the Cardinals. Looks like
one of them's Gabe Otto.
And is that Finn? Yeah, that looks
yep,
like Finn
Finn
Martin.
on the other side.
Finn on the inside, or the other side. He's on the far side. Otto's on the near side. And they're going to kick it from the near hash mark. They're kicking left to right as we call it for you. And almost looks like he's got that ball on the side.
Well, and they're not really too deep. They're only about the 15-yard line.
And so they kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, 35 there.
So it'll be 35-yard line for the Cardinals. Pretty good starting position. It's kind of weird. Looks like they almost intended to do that. So 1st and 10 for Newton. See how aggressive Coach Andy Sweeney is coming out for the first series. Ball's at the far hash mark. Otto is going to be here on the near side with Finn in the slot. Hansen to Caden's left. Now moving in a little closer to the line. Martin and Otto. Wide out on the far side. And it's Isaiah Hansen to the right side. Gets around the corner. About 6-7 yards. Good opening play. Running to the short side of the field. That was running around the right side. Got hit at about, I'd say 3 yards downfield, but was able to push forward and pick up 8.
Yeah, that's like we say, if you had to script something, that'd be the way you'd want to start out your ball game.
So it's 2nd and 2, also on the far hash mark. Wide outs both sides. Now they'll go. Keaton Klein will pitch it, and the man got around the blocker, but Finn Martin. But it's a nice job by Nick Thomason. He didn't have a lot of room. They were going to get him around the 40, and he just kind of weaved his way through some tacklers, got the first down out to the 49. I thought that was going to be a loss.
But again, pick up a 6 there.
Yeah, that was all Thomason on that one as the defensive end got around the block by Finn Martin. Ball now near hash mark. Again, Newton working right to left. First down of the night. Finn goes wide to the far side. Kept it on the ground here early. Thomason goes in motion. Now Klein's going to look to throw. Goes deep. Finn Martin comes back for it. Has it. It's 28, 20, 15, 5,
touchdown.
10. Finn Martin, touchdown. Newton strikes first. Finn Martin with 10:44 left. Catches a pass from King Klein and takes it in from over 20 yards after the catch. And Newton's on top, 6-0.
51-yard pass reception there.
And ball was a little underthrown as Finn kind of had to wait for it, and that made him reverse direction. He was kind of running left across the field and then caught it and went back towards the left side. Snap is high, and that one's going to be missed. The extra point is no good. The snap was high, and that brought Michael Mattis out of his kneeling position. Got it down late, and so that's 6-0. Newton on top, and we're going to keep it right here before we take a break. But a quick strike Newton offense scores, and that was their first pass play of the night. And it goes for a touchdown. So now the Cardinals will be kicking off to the Bombers, or the Dodgers. Wally and I were talking about that earlier before we took the air. Dodgers and Bombers. So the ball near hash mark. Jackson Price will be getting ready to tee it up. So a great start for the Cardinals. Jackson Price kicks it, and it's going to be fielded. Oh, he bobbles it, and it's touchback now. He still loses it now. But it will be a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge.
Well, that's a good way to start the ball game, keeping them back there on their own 20-yard line. Just the difference in the two kickoffs there is 15 yards.
That's correct. So it's 1st and 10. They'll work left to right. Newton on top 6-0. Pass out here up to the 25, and it's caught. They're able to get it out to Jace Scow, a sophomore. So bring up about a 7-yard gain. Actually, that was number 9, I believe, who caught it. So it'll be 2nd down, and going to call it 3 yards to go. 2 receivers to the far side. And the quarterback, McBride, in the shotgun, moving a lot of people around. High snap, pitch to the right side, and nowhere to go. There are 4 jerseys to meet. Deshaun Ross, his first carry goes backwards. Great job by the right side of the Newton defense. They tried to go off tackle left, and they came in to a lot of red jerseys. Shanto in on the stop, so it's 3rd down, and we're going to call it 7 from the far hash mark. Again, Fort Dodge working left to right. Wideouts to the near side. 2 wideouts on the far side, going quickly over to the far side. Got it for a 1st down. As they get an extra yard, quick out, and they get it completed in front of Shanto. So a new set of downs for the Dodgers. They went to the short side of the field, just quick out, just got exactly what they needed for the 1st down, and got out of bounds. So it's 1st and 10. And now everybody's in tight. 6-0, Newton on top. First possession, nice pass, or tackle in the backfield. Caden Klein gets in the backfield and brings the quarterback down for a 1-yard loss. So it's 2nd down. They were trying to run right side, and Caden found a hole, got through there, and got him around the ankles and brought him down. So the vaunted running game hasn't done any damage so far for Fort Dodge. It's been the passing. We got Seth Wright. Deshaun got a hold here, and that's coming back.
Yeah, it was a wildcat there. The snap actually went straight back to Ross.
Yeah, they got their offensive lineman who was trying to block Colby Ravel for a hold. So that's going to push him back. They were up just across the 30-yard line. Now they're going to be back. I think they'll stop it right around the 20. 6-0 Newton on top of Fort Dodge here early. 8:43 first quarter. Newton scoring in their first possession. Got a couple 1st downs, and their first pass play went for a score. Caden hit Finn Martin. Now a pass play here near side, open in the middle. Nice block. And nice job by Shanto, knocking it out of the arms of the intended receiver, Cal Peterson, at the 37-yard line. Shanto got there right after the ball did and knocked it loose. That would have been a 1st down. Well, it would have brought him closer to a 1st down, actually. It still would have been about 7 yards short. But,
just the first incompletion by either quarterback.
It's 3rd down, 21 yards to go. Quarterback in the backfield all by himself. Newton almost jumped off sides. Quarterback now looks to the sidelines, gets instructions. Long snap count. And now a lot of pressure. He's got some room on the right side. Northcutt comes up. Now he throws deep and misses a man as he was open as the defensive back came up to stop the run, and man was open at the 45, but the quarterback missed him, thankfully, and Newton's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, had Cal Peterson out there wide open.
So Newton dodges a bullet there. Ben Martin will go back to the 49 of the Cardinals. He's punting from the 8-yard line. Ooh, they were getting close. Finn Martin's going to try and come up and catch it, and he does at the 45. A short field for Newton. They're up 6-0. We'll be back after 30 seconds to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth as you're listening to Cardinal Football on the KRLS 3 stream.
Hi, this is Bo Boer with Culver's Restaurant in Newton. This is the season of the pumpkin. Carving pumpkins at Halloween, pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and all kinds of pumpkin treats at Culver's. If you love shakes and malts, enjoy a Culver's pumpkin spice shake. If you prefer thick, fresh, frozen custard, try a pumpkin pecan, pumpkin cheesecake, or salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer. We're celebrating the season of the pumpkin at Culver's Restaurant in Newton, where we're locally owned and involved in your community, just off I-80 exit 164.
Back here to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth, and it's Isaiah Hansen up the middle for about 2-yard gain. Went right up behind the center and picked up a couple yards. The handoff from Caden Klein. But good field position here for Newton, already up 6-0 with just under 8 minutes left. Opening quarter, this is their second possession. Caden in the shotgun, standing at the 48-yard line of Fort Dodge. Michael Mattis goes in motion. And they fake a reverse. Caden around the right side. Cuts. He's gone. 20, 10, 5. Caden Klein takes it in from 42 yards out around the right side. And it's another 6 for Newton. Comes with 7:36 left in the first quarter. And they're not going to chase the extra point they missed. It will be Price. Try and put this one through. We'll see what the snap is on target, and it is up and through. So another 6 for the Cardinals. They're up 12-0, 7:30 or 13-0. 7:36 left in the first quarter. This is Newton Cardinal football, the KRLS 3 stream.
Now through October 24th, visit the Newton Community School District website and cast your vote in the T-Mobile Friday Night 5G Lights Contest. Newton is a top 25 finalist and the only school in Iowa competing for the $1 million grand prize. Vote daily to support your Cardinals and show why Red Pride is stronger than ever. Visit newtoncsd.org to vote today.
And we're back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth where the Cardinals are set to kick it off again after they have again scored very quickly here tonight.
Well, that drive, Randy, was just a 2-play, 45-yard drive. Didn't take the Cardinals long there to score.
And the kick will be returned from the 10-yard line. Up to the right side. He's got some room out there. 40. And it's Price puts a shoulder into him right around the 47-yard line of Newton. So good return. And it'll be the first venture into the Cardinal territory for Fort Dodge.
Yeah, Jackson about the last Cardinal out there to stop the drive there.
So we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10. And Newton up 13-0. 7:26 left. Ball far hash mark. Bombers going left to right. They're going to try and throw. Quarterback rolling right. Got some time. He'll throw it deep. Oh, almost picked off. As Yahia cut in front of the intended receiver right at the 32-yard line, and I think we might have another hold.
And we also have a Dodger down on the ground there. Number 65 is the injured
65 Dodger. Would be Carter Short. He is a senior. So we'll attend to him. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KRLS 3 stream. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth in 60 seconds.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
Hungry for something fresh and made just right? Head to your local Made Right here in Newton. We're kicking off mornings with breakfast served every day until noon, pancakes hot off the griddle, sizzling bacon, and all your morning favorites 7 days a week. And when it comes to lunch or dinner, we've stepped it up. Our chicken tenders and tenderloins are now hand-breaded right here in our kitchen. Fresh, golden, crispy, and made just for you. From hearty breakfast to our famous Made Right sandwiches and those mouth-watering hand-breaded specialties, there's always something delicious waiting here for you.
Randy Van, Wally Price, so glad you're with us here tonight. It's the HR Block Radio broadcast booth. They're still tending to the injured player, Carter Short, still down on the field, down right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're looking at a left part of his lower leg. So we'll see what transpires here. It is, again, Newton on top 13-0 after their first touchdown. They missed the extra point as the snap was high, and
got a couple players going to come out and help him off the field there.
So a couple of quick scores. Newton's ran a total of 5 plays and has 2 touchdowns. It was a Caden Klein to Finn Martin 51-yard pass and gave him the 6-0 lead on their opening possession. 65 yards they went. And then 2 plays, 45 yards after the punt. And Klein took it in from 42 after Isaiah Hansen picked up a couple. So 13-0.
Doesn't look like he's putting any weight at all on that left ankle.
I would say his night is done. Hopefully he can recover well. It's first and after the mark-off for the hold, 1st and 20. So Fort Dodge back on their own side of the field now. And quarterback McBride is going to be under center for this one. And they're working left to right. They'll go to the right side. And a good hard running. Off tackle on the left side. And it's, about 8 yards to go. And that was their 235-pounder, Deshaun Rosh. Milburn in on the stop. So it's 2nd down and 12. They're at the 48. And once again, under center. I formation, wideouts both sides, and they're just going to try and see how much ground Ross could take and eat up. And he got another 4 on that carry. Felton in on the stop, so it's 3rd down and 8 from the Cardinal 44.
Well, Ross has carried it 3 times now for 9 yards.
High formation behind the quarterback. McBride goes under center. Now he looks over to his coach. Now they're going to bring one of the ends in, or one of the wideouts on the near side a little closer. And they're rolling this way. Deep downfield, ball's up in the air. It's going to be intercepted by Dawson Mackey at the 15. He's coming back way, near side. Cuts to the right side, still on his feet, up to the 30, down to the 31. Dawson Mackey picks it off as the pass well out in front of the intended receiver. And a turnover gives the ball back to the Cardinals. And they're going to try and go 3 for 3. Good job by Dawson not to just run out of bounds. He tried to get the extra yardage and got quite a bit. Another 15, 20.
Well, that gives him 5 interceptions for the year.
So Newton with the ball again, up 13-0. And they're going to go right side, and Quan Coley, the keeper faked me out. Isaiah Hansen has it. And he goes to the far side, picks up 9. They had Hansen and Coley right by the quarterback, Hayden Klein. And I thought he handed off to Quan, but Hayden faked it to him, and Hansen went the other way, far side, and picked up about 8.5. So Newton again working right to left. Ball far hash mark as we're down to 5.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Again, this is the third possession for Newton. They had the first possession of the ball game. Put it in. Caden's going to fake it and throw it, and that was ill-timed. Hansen wasn't even looking by the time Caden threw it. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. A little quick out there, just trying to pick up the first down. About a 4-yard pattern there on the far side. A little quick out.
That was the first incomplete pass of the evening for Caden Klein.
Is this the first 3rd down they're facing, too, I wonder?
Yeah, I believe so. They'd only ran five plays there earlier.
Caden's going to be in the backfield by himself. Triplets to the far side, the short side. And 2 men here now. Now coming this way is Quan Coley. Caden has some room. He's got plenty of yardage for the first down. He'll take it. And he makes one man miss the 50 and goes out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Smart play there. He saw that there was plenty of room in front of him for the first down, and he took it to keep the drive going. Move the chains.
Well, he picked up 19 there. Caden Klein has 61 yards already here in the first quarter of rushing.
Under 5 minutes left in the first. 13-0. Newton enjoying a lead over Fort Dodge here tonight, early. Thomason goes in motion behind, but they're going to hand off to Isaiah Hansen, still on his feet, breaks a tackle on the right side. Almost gets free from the last tackle attempt at the 32, but kind of ran out of room there on the far side over by the Dodgers side of the field. But plenty of yardage for the first down. And Newton attacking the short side of the field quite a bit here tonight.
Yes, picked up 12 there. He's got 31 yards for the evening, 5 first downs for the Cardinals.
So Newton in the shotgun this time. There's the back. Hansen to the left of Caden. And now motion man Thomas comes from the far side to this way. They'll give it to Hansen up the middle. Breaks the tackle and gets down to about the 17-yard line. Quan Coley pushing his man that he's blocking inside the 10. So another first down. Cardinal offense clicking again here tonight.
Pick up a 14 on that. He's up to 45 yards.
Pretty much everything that the Cardinals have tried so far offensively has worked. Caden back there with Hansen to his left. Martin on the right side. Hansen again. This time he's brought down after a short gain. Went off the left side between left tackle and guard. And Jay Scow, a sophomore, jumped on him to keep him to about a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd down and 7. The ball right between the hash marks right now. And it is marked down at the 13. In the red zone, again, as we get down to about 3.5 minutes left. First quarter, Newton trying to get their 3rd score already. Now they got Quan Coley over the right side. They got 6 seconds to snap it. Now they get Hansen set, and they get the playoff. It's going to be Klein keeper. Left side, he's got some room. 5, 10, puts his shoulder down. Oh, they're going to say he's out at about the half-yard line. So it's going to be another 1st and goal, and we got another Fort Dodge player down at about the 15-yard line. So again, we'll take a quick break. Newton already up 13-0, and they are threatening to make it a 3-touchdown lead. You're listening to Newton Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream from the H&R Block radio broadcast booth.
You didn't start your business to do taxes. Good thing we did. Block Advisors by H&R Block serves over 2 million businesses like yours every year. From daycare providers to home contractors and realtors, we've seen it all. Find a tax expert who understands the ins and the outs of your industry. Contact your local Block Advisors by H&R Block in Sheraton, Knoxville, and Newton, and start your small business taxes today.
Premier athletes deserve premier coverage. South Central Iowa is full of talented sports teams, and that talent is showcased 365 days out of the year here on KRLS. Whether it's broadcasting tonight's game, a recap of last night's action, or interviewing the big shots in the area, the KRLS sports team is ready to bring you the top sports coverage in South Central Iowa. The one to count on for today's local sports coverage all year long, 92.1 KRLS.
Back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth, and happy to say that the injured Fort Dodge player was able to walk off and put some pressure on the limb that appeared to be injured.
Looked like it was number 8, Jay Scow.
Yeah, he's made a couple tackles tonight. All right, first and goal from inside the 1. King Klein will take it in. Right side, easily for another score. And the Cardinals up now 19-0. We're not out of the first quarter. 3:26 that score. That's the second score, second consecutive score for the Cardinals. So here we go. Micah Mattis set to kick it away, or that's Jackson Price putting it through. And it's now a 20-0 lead for the Newton Cardinals. We'll keep it here. So 3 for 3, and another offensive showing here by the Cardinals as they have yet to be stopped.
Well, that was the longest drive the Cardinals have had tonight, Randy, after that pass interception. It was an 8-play, 70-yard drive by the Cards.
And they are set to tee up. They're going to use the other hash mark this time. And we'll see. We've had a couple of them ran back. So Jackson marking off his footing to get set to kick it again to the Dodgers. And this one will be into the end zone for a touchback. So we'll see if the Dodgers decide that they need to try and pick up the pace here offensively.
Well, one thing that hasn't helped them, they have committed 3 penalties so far. 2 holding calls have kind of stalled their drives a little bit.
That is correct. And then the turnover didn't help either. Quarterback in the shotgun. Looks over here near side, has his man, breaks 1 tackle, and gets rid of another one. Good hard running there by Noah Daniel, a senior, after the catch, and picks up the first down. And now we are seeing Fort Dodge kind of a little hurry up. Ball far hash mark, working left to right. Motion man. Zach Jorgensen now will sit there on the near side. They'll go up the middle and nowhere to go. Maybe half a yard before he's pushed back. Northcutt, Milburn getting off the pile for Newton. So went right up the middle by Noah Daniel, a senior. And he didn't find any running room whatsoever. No gain. And again, Bombers not huddling up. They're just going right at the line. Hurry up offense, trying to maybe get some tempo, get things going. 2nd and 10, looking to pass. Got some pressure over the middle. Oh, nice catch at the 50-yard line. Wow. Mackey brought him down, but that was Ross on a great catch. So it's 1st and 10 for the Dodgers in Newton territory in the far hash mark at the 47. 2.5 left, 20-0. Newton on top. This first round playoff matchup. Second venture into the Cardinal territory for the Dodgers. Lots of pressure, and he'll throw it away. McBride being chased from the pocket and got rid of it as a couple of Cardinals were giving chase. And there is a penalty marker down. So that's kind of waiting to see what that is about. But applying the pressure for Newton. Colby Revelle again. Oh, picking it up. So it's 2nd and 10. Two receivers both sides and one left. They had one going downfield, ball batted away. They had two players that didn't even move on the near side. And we got another Fort Dodge player down. And that was a weird play. I was looking here, and the two receivers here on the near side didn't go. Everybody else did. And they threw it deep. And good job by Dawson Mackey. He had his man all the way, but the man did get a little separation. But then Dawson was able to catch up and bat it away. So another Dodger down. 20-0. Newton on top. 2:11 still left in the first quarter. We'll be back. You're listening to Newton Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream from the H&R Block radio broadcast booth.
Help your loved ones celebrate their big day by calling in their birthday or anniversary. We'll announce on our radio birthday show on the Tassel Ridge Winery Anniversary Show during our KRLS morning magazine just before 8 a.m. You can call it in now to 842-3161 or 628-8672, or you can send it by clicking Contact Us at KNIAKRLS.com. Not only will they know someone is thinking of them, they'll have a chance to win an awesome prize package. The one to count on for today's news and local information, 92.1 KRLS.
Too busy to get away for a meal? You can place your PJ's Deli order in Newton on delivery.com. Your go-to for online ordering, residential delivery, and easy customer pickup. Order through delivery.com every Monday and enjoy 10% off. If you're planning a party, a holiday gathering, or a meeting, check out PJ's Deli's catering trays, business lunch options, and sweet treats for showers. Their full catering menu is now online at pjsdeli.com.
Whether it's catching up with the coach or spotlight athlete after a big game, look back at an exciting broadcast, or checking in on area high school alumni, today's Lately Radio Sports page brings more award-winning sports coverage to KNIA KRLS. The show airs every weekday during our morning, afternoon, and evening news magazines and is also available online at KNIAKRLS.com and our podcasts. Each show includes a focus on local sports coverage from area communities. Today's Lately Radio Sports page is just one more reason we're the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA KRLS.
And we're back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth as another one of the big linemen appears to be not putting much pressure on a leg as he is helped off with Fort Dodge. They're looking at 3rd down now and about 10 yards to go. And they'll fake the pitch, looking for passing. A lot of pressure on the quarterback. The ball's loose, and I think Newton has it. Still loose, and Newton is on it. Quarterback loses it. King Klein was
number 75.
Gets on it, and King Klein, I think, might have been the one who knocked it loose. Kobe Revelle, a senior, recovered it, and it's back into the hands of the Cardinals. Their 2nd turnover that the defense is forced. So they have it. 2:02 still left in the first quarter. And the Cardinals, the 49-yard line of Fort Dodge. Micah Mattis near side. In the slot, you'll have Quan Coley. Actually, he's going to be on the end here on the near side. Newton again working right to left, ball far hash mark. Got a man wide outs on the far side. Kane will hand off to Hansen, and he doesn't find much running room. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it on that play. So it'll bring up 2nd down, basically 10. So the Cardinals, 4th possession here. See if they can get another score. Well, on their way to giving Andy Sweetengem his first playoff victory. 4 attempts. Caden back to pass. Looking to the near side. And Finn Martin snags it. A little behind him, but he gets it at the 27 and is brought down there. But that was a heck of a catch. Martin running down the far sideline. And the ball was a little behind him. He reached around and got it. And gets a first down.
Yeah, pick up a 22 on that. Finn has 73 yards on 2 catches tonight.
I would have thought he had some stickum on his hands for that one. If you remember stickum back in the day.
Yep.
1st and 10. As we're a minute left in the first quarter. All Newton, 20-0 over Fort Dodge. Pitch late to Hanson. He steps a man through him at the 15. Still on his feet down to the 10. Knocked out of bounds there. Isaiah Hanson. It's the Cardinals just outside 1st and 10 territory, or 1st and goal territory. It will be 1st and 10 from, looks like the 13-yard line. So the Cardinals up to the line once again. Mattis to the near side. Finn in the slot on the far side. Otto farther out. Hanson is on the right side, and they'll give it to Hanson, and he'll be brought down right at the 11-yard line. And it looks like, as I take a glance, the play clock and the game clock, we're going to have at least one more play before the first quarter comes to an end.
Well, Cardinals have 10 first downs here in the first quarter alone. 75 yards rushing by Klein, 64 by Isaiah.
Kane Klein standing at the 15 in the shotgun. Quan Coley goes motion right. Klein rolling to right to throw. Looking for some help. He's on the run now. Down to the 10. Breaks a tackle. 5. Touchdown, Caden Klein. He ran all the way back to about the 20-yard line to the far side as he was getting pursued. And then he headed back upfield. And at the 10, he made a person miss. And at the 5, he ran by 2 others. And he gets 6 more for the Cardinals. 26-0 over Fort Dodge. So Michael Mattis and Jackson Price back out there trying to add another point. That another good job by Mattis. Snap a little behind him. And it's another extra point. 27-0. Newton on top. 9 seconds left in the opening quarter. You're listening to Newton Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth in 30 seconds.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, Board of Supervisors meetings, and City Council meetings by listening to KRLS News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIA, KRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news, 92.1 KRLS.
4-4-4. Actually, 4 for 27, I guess you could say. 4 drives, 27 points.
And that drive was a 5-play, 51-yard drive by the Cardinals. Came after that fumble recovery there by Mr. Revelle.
So another kickoff coming up for Jackson Price. This one he puts closer to the mid part of the field, closer to mid part of the hash marks, and it'll be caught at that. He fell down. That was Ross, caught it at the 3 and fell down at about the 5.
Wasn't a touchback, but just as good there.
Yeah, they've had a hard time back there. First kickoff, the guy booted it around a while. So got one more offensive play, unless it's a quick pass play. And then we will head to the second quarter. 27-0, and again, Fort Dodge set to 1st and 10. Their own 5-yard line. And it's up the middle for a short gain off the left side. Left tackle, left guard It's Ross picking up 1 yard, and that's how the quarter ends. All Cardinals here as we open up this game. 27-0 after the first quarter. You're listening to Cardinal Football. KRLS 3 stream. We're back to the HR Block radio broadcast booth.
All of KRLS's award-winning news and sports stories can be found online at KRLS.com. While you're there, you can also check out interview programs, archive game broadcasts, upcoming events on our community calendar, weather forecast, and more. Visit KRLS.com to stay in the loop on what's happening in your neck of the woods. The one to count on for today's news and local information. 92.1 KRLS.
Premier athletes deserve premier coverage. South Central Iowa is full of talented sports teams, and that talent is showcased 365 days out of the year here on KRLS. Whether it's broadcasting tonight's game, a recap of last night's action, or interviewing the big shots in the area, the KRLS sports team is ready to bring you the top sports coverage in South Central Iowa. The one to count on for today's local sports coverage all year long, 92.1 KRLS.
Set your kids up for success this school year with a comprehensive eye exam from the Eye Care Center of Newton. Hi, this is Dr. Chad Klein. Clear vision is key to learning, reading, and classroom confidence. Our expert team makes eye care easy, comfortable, and kid-friendly. Don't wait. Schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam today. Your child's education starts with clear sight. Eye Care Center of Newton. Our mission is your vision.
Welcome back to the HR Block Radio broadcast booth. Wally Price, Randy Van Wally Price, as we play there, a second down, and pass over the middle, incomplete, as came back quickly, and they tried to hit number 5, Tytrell Mosley, over the middle, ball a little bit too far in front of him, so they're looking at third down and 8 yards to go inside their own 10. They're going to try another pass, caught, but it's going to be short of the first down, about a yard short, a sliding catch. Once again, Mosley was the target. Oh, wow. They gave it to him?
Yes, they did.
Oh, mercy.
That just their third first down tonight.
That one, he was nowhere near the line, because the first down was right on the line, and he was short of that one. But Dodgers get a break. 27-0 they trail, so probably thought they were due a break. Triple backfield. Up the middle and nowhere to go. Now he breaks out to the right side. Almost good ankle tackle out there by King Klein. But man ran up in the middle and everything was bogged up. And then all of a sudden you see him coming out of there with a football towards the right side. So it's second down. And we'll call it 5 yards to go. Fort Dodge now working right to left. And they'll try another run up to about 23-yard line. So it's third down and 2. There's a play right up the middle for Ross again. Dawson Mackey helped make the stop. Opportunity here for Newton to end this drive inside the 25 at Fort Dodge. They can stop this 3rd and 2. They got an eye backfield again, and they'll give it to Ross, and he didn't get there. He did not get there. I know they can't give that one to him, as he is still going to be about a yard short. So it's 4th down, and we'll see if they're going to go for it. They really have nothing to lose at this point in time. And the offense will stay on the field for Fort Dodge. Triplets in the backfield, quarterback under center. There's a couple hard counts and now backs out from under center. Now he turns to the backs behind him. They will run it. And diving for the first down, and he got it. Ross went off between the left tackle and left guard and picked it up. Got an extra half yard, but he was just diving. Went into the line low, just trying to make sure that he was able to dive and get the first down. So they have a new set of downs to work, as we're now down to 9.5 left before halftime. Newton with a commanding 27-0 lead in this first round game against Fort Dodge. Quarterback being flushed around, chased by Revel. He will throw it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's a bobble, and it'll be incomplete. Tried to hit Zach Jorgensen, again at the original line of scrimmage, but Cade Klein was pursuing, and Colby Revel, the quarterback, McBride, he was running back around the 10-yard line, running towards their sidelines, and that's where the pass was thrown. But it was short, so it's 2nd and 10. Wide out to the near side, and then you have wide out and a slot man to the far side. And one back behind McBride, and that's Ross. They'll fade to him, throw out, quick out here near side. It's caught and brought down by Yahia right away, but they are only about a yard shy of the first down. So they get it out here quickly to Cal Peterson. So it's 3rd down and a yard at the 35 of Fort Dodge. Ball near hash mark now, and they're working right to left. Slot man and a wide out to the far side. Wide out here near side, short side of the field, basically by the numbers. One back to the right of McBride, and it'll be Ross trying to take it. He finds some room up the middle, has first down yardage. Originally he was kind of stopped, acted like he was going to go outside, then he turned back inside and gets out over the 40 down to the 43-yard line. So another first down for Fort Dodge.
Well, the Dodgers, that's just their 5th first down, but Cardinals doing a good job on Deshaun Ross there. He only has 30 yards so far tonight.
Dodgers have moved this out from inside their own 10, though. Up quarterback keeper, almost a 9-yard gain. Northcutt has to help out on the stop. That was actually Tyler Griffin, I think. 32 instead of 33. So I'll bring up 2nd and very short for Newton, or for the Newton defense, trying to get a stop, but Tyler Griffin in on the stop. He's a senior, one of the seniors on this team. Number 32. 2nd and short. Ball near hash mark. And it's Bryant looking to throw. Quick slant out. Incomplete. Well covered out there again by Dawson Mackey. They tried to hit the slot man on the far side. He was lined up on the hash mark on the far side and went to about 10 yards and then cut towards the middle of the field. The ball was a little low and in front as they tried to get the ball again to Peterson.
Well, this is going to be the 13th play in this drive that started clear back on their own 5-yard line.
And they've had a lot of 3rd downs, even a 4th down in it. Another 3rd and short, and they'll get it again. Ross running hard into Newton territory down to the 42-yard line. Clock rolling. So we're now down to 7.5 left in the second quarter. It's all Cardinals, in case you're just joining us. They got 27 points on the board. They scored on all 4 possessions. And it's been short drives. Longest drive, 8 plays, 70 yards. 1st and 10. And it's Ross again behind McBride with a whole bunch of blockers up in front and 2 wideouts to the near side. And that is kind of what they're going to on this one, this drive. Sprinkle in a pass or 2, but if they're going to run it, it's pretty much Ross out of that formation. He runs up for 5 yards.
And he got to meet Nick Milburn there again.
Yeah, they 2 exchanged pleasantries, I'm sure. Got some substitutions. Mosley coming out for Newton, getting a little bit of a break. That defensive line. So it's 2nd down and 6. And credit for 4. Oh, they're going to throw. Back looking deep. Over the middle. Nice deflection underneath by Dawson Mackey. Mackey was able to get in front of the intended receiver, who is going across the field at about the 25-yard line. Yahia was behind the receiver, so he's playing his coverage. Mackey just dropped back and batted the ball away from the intended receiver, Peterson. So another 3rd down on this drive. the 38 near hash mark. 2 wideouts, far side, 1 on the near side, and Ross by your quarterback. They'll hand it off to Ross, and he is hit right away. He spins away, still hanging on to the football, but he is brought down for a sizable loss.
There was a host of Cardinals there. I believe they was led by number 13, Dawson Mackey there.
Rebel also was in there for an initial hit on him as well, number 75. And also doing a good job in there tonight so far for Newton. Zachary Sheffield, a senior. So it's 4th down. They're going for it from the 38-yard line of Newton. They need about 6. Quarterback back to pass. He's got a lot of pressure. He's going to be sacked. He's not even get the ball off. He's going to be sacked at the 46-yard line. A host of Cardinals back there. And they'll take over possession. Zach Felton getting up off that pile. Did a good job. And Newton takes over on downs, stopping the drive at the 45, their own 45. With 5:20 left, the offense will have a chance to add that 27-0 lead.
Well, besides, that took quite a bit of the second quarter off the clock. We're down to 5:20 right now.
Caden Klein out there. Whole shuffle here. 3 players moving in different positions now. You got Thomason coming in front of Caden. Caden looking to throw. Out here, Isaiah Hansen catches a screen pass at the 45, 50, 45 of Dodge. And out of bounds at the 39 or 38 maybe of the Dodgers. So a nice screen pass. Picks up good yardage.
Yeah, 17-yard pickup there. 12 first down for the Cardinals.
Cardinals working left to right. Get another score here. They'll be in the 30s. 27 zip. Caden in the backfield by himself. Thomas goes behind him. They'll fake to Coley, and Klein will keep it. Off tackle left. Cuts outside at 30 and gets inside the 25 down to the 23. And now we have another Fort Dodge player getting up slowly. That looks like number 11, which is Devon Bealey, a senior. We got another timeout on the field. 27-0. Newton on top of Fort Dodge. 5:04 left in the second quarter. Cardinals in control of this first-round playoff matchup. I want to remind you that we still have coming up later on tonight. We'll have Coach Andy Sweetengel. He'll join us talking about this big matchup here tonight and what looks to be his first playoff victory as Newton pretty much in control of things here. We're going to take a quick break. Be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth here on KRLS 3.
Got tires needing real care? Maybe it's oil change time or you just want an honest hometown mechanic. Then head on over to Ryan's Tire and Auto, Newton's favorite pit stop. At Ryan's, you're not just a car. You're part of our community. From tire sales, brake repairs, diagnostics, and custom accessories, we've got you covered with prices you can afford and service you can trust. Located at 1607 First Avenue East in Newton. Open weekdays 7 to 5 and Saturdays from 8 to noon. Call 641-841-2134 today. And when your tires are crying, better call Ryan.
First down play for the Newton Cardinals. We come back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. They'll go to the left side out of this formation. That's the short side of the field again. Not a lot of running room that time for, it was Isaiah Hansen.
Well, with a 15-yard pickup by Caden Klein, put him over 100 yards, 101 for the evening.
So it's second down and 9. Ball at the 22 of Fort Dodge. Finn Martin in the slot. And it's going to be King Klein keeping it. Left side, cuts back, and, trying to get around another player. Kind of slipped, lost his footing. But he's inside the 15, just shy of the first down. It'll be about 2 yards short. They're doing a good job on that play. They're just making the handoff up the middle. And then when Caden comes around the end, They have a cornerback that either has to play the receiver that's lined out outside or Caden. And Caden just quickly cuts it inside and picks up big yardage. So it's third down, short. Ball at 15-yard line. Caden, Isaiah Hansen up the middle, left side. Gets it down to about the 10. Move the chains, first and goal for the Cardinals with 3:27 left in the first half. In all Newton. Couple of turnovers, an interception, and a fumble. Has given them a couple of extra possessions, plus they took the opening kick down and scored. Get you some updates and some scores at halftime. Quan Coley left side, down inside the 10, and brought down at about the 4. So bring up second and goal, and the ball now on the far side of the field is trying to get around the left side of the offensive line. So a very impressive showing here for Newton, as this senior class, again, has been in high school, and they know nothing but the playoffs. But something that they do not know is the playoff win. They came out and took care of business right away here, and up 27-0. Receivers wide to the far side, 2 backs by Caden Klein. And now we got a timeout called by Annie Sweetengel. Play clock, I think, was rolling down. And we will keep it here. Again, we'll take a look at some of our scores that we have for you from around the area. We have PCM 17, Pella Christian 7. Last score we have on the Pella game, it's been a while, it was tied up 7-7. That's been about half an hour ago that we had a report on that.
Well, Randy, good hard running by all of the Cardinal backs tonight, but I'll tell you what, that offensive line is just taking care of the Fort Dodge line right now.
So here we go, second down and goal from the 5. And it's going to be Quan Coley. No, that's Caden Klein again. Right side, touchdown. Caden Klein takes it in. His third touchdown of the night, faked it to Quan Coley. And Caden took it around right side and has 6 more. 33-0 with 2:18 left in the second quarter. What a night for Caden Klein already. Jackson Price to the extra point attempt. Snap is good, and the kick is good. So it's 34-0 with 2:18 left in the second quarter clock. Cardinals on top of Fort Dodge. We're going to keep it here as Cardinal kickoff team is getting out there on the field, ready to kick it away once again. We've seen them trot out of there quite a bit.
Well, Caden Klein has, with that 5-yard run, it's got 113 yards here in the first half. Isaiah Hansen has 70 yards for the Cardinals here in the first half. So that last drive covered 55 yards.
So their streak is intact. They have yet to be stopped. And it'll be another kickoff. With into the wind. And the wind is pretty consistent here tonight. Jackson puts it on the near hash mark this time and kicks it away. And it'll be fielded at the 4. Up to middle, run to the right side. And hit. And still on his feet, brought down then finally at the 20-yard line. Noah Daniel has brought the ball back. It's 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge. And they came in just like Newton, 8-1. But they've had quite a few close games that they were able to win.
Yeah, those games, one being against Webster City, 7-6. The other one against Lamar's up there.
So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Up the middle. And about a 4-yard gain. That was just kind of like a rugby pile there as they went between the tackle and guard on the right side. And it looks like that was number 18 carrying it. Alex Beekman, possibly. We got another timeout on the field. We have another injured player over there that everybody's huddled around.
Well, it's
there
Cardinal
it is. It's a
down.
Cardinal this time.
Yeah, number 99.
That's Mosley. Malachi Mosley. Hopefully that looks like it's just a cramp. So 1:52 left before halftime. It's all Newton 34-0. We will be back to the H&R Block Radio broadcast booth here on the KRLS 3 stream.
Here in Newton, we look out for each other. And when it comes to protecting what matters most, that's exactly what Lonnie Portner with State Farm does best. Auto, home, life, and business, Lonnie's got you covered with plans that make sense for your needs and your budget. Lonnie's more than just an insurance agent. He's your neighbor. You'll get real answers, personal service, and peace of mind that comes with working with someone who truly cares about this community. So whether you're buying your first car, building your dream home, or planning for the future, stop by Lonnie Portner's office in Newton or give him a call today.
You didn't start your business to do taxes. Good thing we did. Block Advisors by H&R Block serves over 2 million businesses like yours every year. From daycare providers to home contractors and realtors, we've seen it all. Find a tax expert who understands the ins and the outs of your industry. Contact your local Block Advisors by H&R Block in Sheraton, Knoxville, and Newton, and start your small business taxes today.
And as we return to H&R Block's radio broadcast booth, McBride tries a quick pass out here on 2nd down. Misses on the far side. Just a quick short square out that he overthrew his intended receiver. So now they're looking at 3rd down and 6 yards to go from their 23. All far hash mark. So we're under a minute and 40 seconds left in the first half, which must have seemed like an eternity for Fort Dodge. Back to pass over the middle, and he's going to be well short of the first down. That was a little 4-yard pass play. Right over the middle, the slot man just went from the near side and went to the middle between the hash marks and stood, caught it, and then was tackled immediately. So they're looking at 4th down and 2. And I think Andy's calling another timeout. I think he wants them possibly to have to put this one away. So, again, we'll keep it here. See if we have any score updates. Again, we'll be looking forward to talking to Andy Sweden-Jelm on our post-game show coming up once this one is done. And the crowd that, in case you just joined us, started lining up at noon today outside the main gate here at H.A. Lynn Stadium. Has had a lot to cheer about in this first half.
And the Fort Dodge crowd filled in pretty good over there on the far side there. They must have been sitting out in their cars until game time there to try to stay a little bit warmer.
So it is going to be 4th down and
long 2 there.
I think it's Ross time. He's to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun, or the left of the quarterback. And it will be Ross. And he didn't get there. He didn't even get close. He wasn't even getting the area code. He was held short. I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. It was 4th and 2, and he didn't get there.
Well, with 1:06, the way the Cardinals have been scoring here, one of the reasons Andy was calling them timeouts.
That's right. So it's 34-0 with 1:06 left, and can Newton score again for the first half comes to an end. The ball's going to be at 29, pretty much right between the hash marks. Newton going left to right. Game on to the far side. Finn Martin and Micah Mattis here to the near side, up by the numbers. Hansen is to the right of Caden Klein, who stands to 33. And he takes it and rolls right. The wide side of the field, looking downfield. And nice catch underneath by Finn Martin at the 19-yard line, it looks like. Now Newton has one timeout left. They're hurrying up as the clock rolls. Two wideouts to the far side. Micah Mattis to the near side. And Quan Coley fakes to him. Pitch over to Isaiah Hansen. He's got a lot of room. Left side. Darts in and then back out. And now he's going to run out of bounds at about the 18. So it ended up being a short gain. Probably would have been better off if he would have tried to keep going to the outside.
Well, the one thing he did there was stop the clock, though, also.
Yeah, he did get out of bounds to stop the clock. It's going to be second down and 9 with 42 seconds left. See if Newton can get into the 40s here in the first half. Otto to the far side. Isaiah's going to be in the slot with Finn Martin here on the near side, wide side of the field. Kane's back there by himself, looking to throw right. Wide open, Finn Martin, no one around him, touchdown. Another touchdown for the Cardinals from 17 yards out. Caden Klein over the middle to Finn Martin. And it is 40-0. Newton on top. So Annie Sweetenshelm using those timeouts. Gets the score with 36 seconds left to spare. So Jackson Price getting plenty of practice in on these extra points. That one is good as well. So it's 41-0. Newton on top of Fort Dodge. What a great Friday night here at H.A. Lynn Stadium. We're going to keep it here. Cardinals perfect on all their drives here tonight. So Caden Klein has a hand in another touchdown here this evening.
Yeah, he's had his hand in every one of the Cardinals' scores tonight. That drive there just only took 3 plays for 29 yards.
And I think people are probably around the state going to look at this score and say, what? 41-0, Cardinals.
Well, Coach Andy was talking about the Cardinals. He didn't feel had gotten a complete game together yet, and sure looking like it tonight.
Hitting on all cylinders so far. Kickoff on the way from Jackson Price. It goes down inside the 5-yard line. He fielded there by Ross. Go to the right side. Got some room again. And he's up the sideline. Jackson Price going to have to make another stop. Second time he's had to do it. He loses the football.
He tripped him up, and I believe, well, they say they got back on it, but did fumble the ball.
And one Cardinal getting up a little slowly.
That's Nick Milburn.
Milburn. Little shaken up there. Hopefully that is nothing. You know that would be a big concern. I bet he gets a lot of attention over there when he comes off to the sideline. You all right? You all right?
Well, between the two of them, I'll bet that was a pretty big collision.
Yeah, they were going pretty good. So it's 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge, trailing 41-0 with clock rolling. This should be the last play, or they're going to throw it, so it might not be. How they get it? Little inside pass, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 7, and the clock is out. Newton on top of Fort Dodge here at halftime. This first round playoff game, 41-0. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. Again, we want to thank all our fine sponsors who have been helping us throughout the season bring you Newton Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate you. If you would patronize our sponsors as well. And you are listening to Newton Cardinal football powered by the Knoxville Raceway and the KRLS-3 stream at KNIKRLS.com and the KNIKRLS mobile app. Lots of stats to fill you in on when we come back. We'll also take a look at some other scores from around the area. This is Newton Cardinal football again on KRLS-3.
Like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
For a great car buying experience, come see us here at Lauterbach Buick GMC in Newton. Hello, this is Jason Lauterbach, and we've been selling Buicks in central Iowa since 1954. Family is the cornerstone of Lauterbach Buick GMC, and that's why we treat every customer like one of our own. Discover the perfect vehicle with a growing selection of Buick Envisions, Encore GX, and the all-new Buick Envista. Local family-owned Lauterbach Buick GMC, Newton Speedway exit 168 or lauterbachcars.com.
Does your child struggle with attention, sleep, or sensory sensitivities? Maybe they're a picky eater, have trouble with coordination, or seem overwhelmed in certain environments. These challenges can impact their daily life, learning, and emotional well-being. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, our pediatric occupational therapists specialize in helping children develop the skills they need to thrive. With our convenient locations in Ames, Des Moines, Oskaloosa, Pella, and Newton, we're here to support your child's growth and success. Visit kineticedgept.com or call any of our locations to learn more and schedule an evaluation.
And the dance team out there now for the hometown crowd to enjoy as we welcome you back to the HR Black Radio broadcast booth. Newton Cardinal football hitting on all cylinders here tonight as they are thoroughly in command of this one, 41-0 over Fort Dodge. And let's get you caught up to date on some other scores here quickly. Gilbert and Lewis Central, 21 all at the half. So that's an interesting score, 21 all at the half. Gilbert and Lewis Central. Again, if Lewis Central knocks off Gilbert, we'll be back here next Friday night. We also have, at halftime, a 17-17 tie between the Mustangs and the Eagles, PCM and Pella Christian, in 17 all there. Western Dubuque 10, Decorah 10, with about 2 minutes left in the second quarter. So those are some of the updates we have. Waukee Northwest 14, Indianola 7 at halftime as well. So everything's pretty close except for the game right here. Newton out on top, 41-0. Let's take a look, recap things for you here. Again, Newton did not win the toss. Fort Dodge did. They deferred and kicked off to Newton. And the Cardinals went 51 yards for a good return and 3-play 65-yard drive. The extra point was no good. 65-yard drive, I should say. It was a 51-yard pass from Caden to Finn Martin that put the 6 on the board. The extra point was no good, though. The snap was a little behind Micah Mattis. And Jackson Price on the late put down on the tee went off the right side of the goalpost, so it was no good. That was with 10:44 left in the first quarter. Caden Klein then a 42-yard touchdown run on their second possession, capped a 45-yard drive, 2 plays, 7:36 left in the first quarter. Extra point was good, made it 13-0. Then with 3:26 still left in the first quarter, Caden Klein a 1-yard touchdown run, 8-play, 70-yard drive. Extra point good, 20-0. Again, a couple turnovers leading to these short fields for Newton. 9 seconds left before the end of the first quarter. Caden Klein, 11-yard touchdown run, 5 plays, 51 yards. Extra point good, 27-0 at that point as we went into quarter number 2. Now, Fort Dodge was able to put together a long drive there in the middle of that quarter. Didn't get any points, actually turned the ball over. Caden Klein then, 2:18 left in the second quarter, 5-yard touchdown run. That was a 7-play, 55-yard drive, extra point good. And then after turning the ball over on downs in their own territory, it was Caden Klein to Finn Martin, 17-yard touchdown pass, 3 plays, 29 yards. The extra point good as well. So that is where we stand, 41-0 Old Cardinals here tonight against Fort Dodge. We've had a number of Fort Dodge players as well leave the field with some assistance as they've taken a pretty big blow here from the Newton Cardinals in this first 24 minutes of play. We'll be back, take a look at the numbers behind the first half and those scores that I just passed along to you. Wally Price adding those up as we speak. We'll check out if we have any other score updates to pass along when we return to our halftime here on the KRLS 3 stream. We'll welcome you back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth in 60 seconds.
For over 40 years, Interstate Insurance has been serving Newton and Baxter with trusted coverage for families, farms, and businesses. As an independent agency, we're not limited to just one company. So if your rates go up, we've got options that suit your needs and fit your budget. While some agencies are struggling to find coverage, we partner with multiple top-rated companies to make sure you're protected. Stop by our office on the south side of the Newton Square or visit us at iisnewton.com. Interstate Insurance. Local, reliable.
Hi, this is Bo Boer with Culver's Restaurant in Newton. This is the season of the pumpkin. Carving pumpkins at Halloween, pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and all kinds of pumpkin treats at Culver's. If you love shakes and malts, enjoy a Culver's pumpkin spice shake. If you prefer thick, fresh, frozen custard, try a pumpkin pecan, pumpkin cheesecake, or salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer. We're celebrating the season of the pumpkin at Culver's Restaurant in Newton, where we're locally owned and involved in your community. Just off I-80 exit 164.
And welcome back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. H.A. Lynn Stadium here. First playoff game since 2007, going very well. We had fans lined up, starting at noon? Or I thought I heard someone said 10:30, but I think that might have been a little exaggeration. You know how things get exaggerated sometimes. But they lined up here early, and they are getting an eyeful of the Newton offense and the defense as well. Defense has been playing very well again against some bigger backs. But tell you can't get much better than going 5 for 5.
Nope, and the Cardinals showed that in the stats. They had 17 first downs in the first half. They rushed the ball 22 times for 195 yards of rushing. Leading the way, Caden Klein, 8 carries, 113 yards. Isaiah Hansen, 12 carries for 71 yards. Nick Thomason, 1 carry for 6, and Kwang Coley, 1 carry for 5. Caden Klein also was 5 of 6 passing for 118 yards. 313 yards of offense for the Cardinals just in the first half. Leading receiver, Finn Martin, has 4 catches for 101 yards of receiving. The other pass going to Isaiah Hansen for 17 yards. The Cardinals do have 2 takeaways. They've got a fumble recovery and an interception, and have committed 0 penalties so far here in the first half. The Fort Dodge Dodgers have 5 first downs. They rushed the ball 18 times for 47 yards. Their leading rusher, Drashawn Ross, 13 carries for 40 yards. Drew McBride's carried at 3 carries for 3 yards. Ezra Barkhouse, 1 for 4 yards. Noah Daniel, 1 carry for no yards. McBride was 8 of 19 passing for 70 yards, so 117 yards of offense for the Dodgers. His leading receiver is Tyrell Mosley. He has 5 catches for 44 yards.
Gilbert, 21.
Noah Daniel has one carry or catch for 13. Cal Peterson, 1 catch for 9, and Kyrie Rashawn, 1 catch for 4 yards. So 8 of 19, 70 yards passing. They have committed 3 penalties besides the 2 takeaways.
Sorry about that. I was passing along that. You probably heard that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and that's good news to anybody listening out there. 21-21 means they're having a rough game, and besides that, we've got to be cheering Lewis Central on.
Yeah, that's right. Lewis Central, they come out on top. We'll be back here, and I guess the Cardinals love that home cooking. They're well on the way to be 10-0 here in the last 2 years.
That it used to be in the old days that if you had the first playoff game home, then the second one, if the other team, like Lewis Central, was on the road this week, they would have the home game. But according to what you read about the RPI, it goes totally RPI after that. So we should have the home game.
And then even I think if both road teams won or something, they kind of went to something in the alphabet, I think, or something. It was
the old days, yes, it did.
That was kind of funky. But
every other year, it either went to the first alphabet or the second. It just switched.
Well, the Dodgers coming out of the locker room now, and the Cardinals are still in their locker room at this point in time. We have 4 minutes left before we get the second half underway. It'll be interesting to see. And you want to keep the team hitting on all cylinders, too, but you don't want to get anybody injured. So it's kind of interesting to see how they want to play that out.
Well, I think we saw last week you can put that JV team in and other teams can still score on you. So I think you'll see tonight probably the varsity in there a little bit longer than they were last week. The starters at least being in there.
And last week, senior night, they took care of business early then as well against Marion. And you just have to wonder, I mean, that early game against North Polk, 5 turnovers and a lot of players that were playing with injuries. This team could easily be, unbeaten and highly ranked. They're playing like a number 1 team right now.
Well, yeah, you go the last 30 seconds of that game and take that away, and we'd be sitting there with that undefeated season.
Still a great season nonetheless. These seniors and juniors of this team doing a great job throughout the season. They had high expectations coming in, and they pretty much lived up to them, and they really took care of business here early, as they have really been in the last 3 games. They've really been coming out and jumping on people early and kind of erasing any doubt who was going to kind of win this game. So 41-0 again, 2:27 left. I'm going to take a break. We'll see if we have any other updates to pass along to you before we get the third quarter underway. Fort Dodge will get the football again to start the third quarter, as they won the toss but deferred, gave the ball to the Cardinals, and that's when the Cardinal onslaught began here tonight at H.A. Lennon Stadium. We'll be back to the HR Block Radio broadcast booth. You are listening to Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream.
Now through October 24th, visit the Newton Community School District website and cast your vote in the T-Mobile Friday Night 5G Lights Contest. Newton is a top 25 finalist and the only school in Iowa competing for the $1 million grand prize. Vote daily to support your Cardinals and show why Red Pride is stronger than ever. Visit newtoncsd.org to vote today.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
Hungry for something fresh and made just right? Head to your local Made Right here in Newton. We're kicking off mornings with breakfast served every day until noon, pancakes hot off the griddle, sizzling bacon, and all your morning favorites 7 days a week. And when it comes to lunch or dinner, we've stepped it up. Our chicken tenders and tenderloins are now hand-breaded right here in our kitchen. Fresh, golden, crispy, and made just for you. From hearty breakfast to our famous Made Right sandwiches and those mouth-watering hand-breaded specialties, there's always something delicious waiting here for you.
And we want to thank the folks at Made Right as we return to the HR Block Radio broadcast booth for being one of our fine sponsors, and in particular a sponsor of the Fan of the Game, which we will be announcing later on this evening. All you have to do is stop by Made Right, which is going to be open until midnight tonight. They'll be happy. There'll be a lot of happy folks at Made Right here tonight. But they're staying open until midnight after the game here. And there's a box by the drive-through window that has a registration slip by it, and you can just sign your name, address, and put it in the box, and you will have a chance to be our fan of the game. Go over there and draw from that box each week, and we'll be announcing the winner here coming up after we talk to Andy Sweetengel just before we sign things off here tonight. So we encourage you to stop by and, again, patronize all of our fine businesses and sponsors throughout the season here on the KRLS-3 stream of Newton Cardinal football.
Well, I'll tell you, Randy, you look at 313 yards of offense just in the first half. A lot of football teams would love to have that as final. And like the Cardinals last week, we were sitting at 294, I believe it was, at halftime. So last two first halves of both games have really turned it up.
I was just sitting here thinking that Fort Dodge lost to Sergeant Bluff Luton, 38-0.
Right.
The whole game. It's 41-0 right now. And Sergeant Bluff Luton ranked up there in the RPI is one of the top 4, I believe. They were number 2, aren't they? Weren't they going in, I think?
Xavier's number 1. They're 2, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So impressive showing here by Newton here tonight. So the squad is now out back onto the field doing some warm-ups. His final minute ticks off the clock. The Dodgers, they're ready to get things underway. They've done their warm-ups, and they're on the far side. They will be getting the football, as we mentioned, here tonight. They've not helped their cause by having a couple of turnovers that the Cardinals have turned the into scores.
No, but that Cardinal defense holding Drashawn Ross to only 40 yards here in the first half, and rushing-wise, their team to only 47 on the ground.
Yeah.
And they're basically run-type offense, as Coach Swede said in his pregame. The Cardinal defense just coming away really great.
Yeah, and you look at the Cardinal defense, they aren't all, they're solid players, but, that you wouldn't call them big. When I first got here and saw the players for Fort Dodge, weight-wise and stuff, they definitely.
There was some big linemen.
Yeah, some bigger than the Cardinals, but that is just a testament to what these kids do in the weight room. They're very fit and very strong. They're showing that here tonight against the Dodgers.
And that's what some of that T-Mobile money's going to be used for, is more weight equipment and that. So hopefully Cardinals will get in there over the winter, these juniors and sophomores and freshmen, and we'll see them back here again next year.
And we're getting the second half underway. Jackson Price puts it into the end zone. Ross cannot run it out as he catches it about a yard deep. And it'll be the Dodgers coming out with the football. They'll be working right to left. And the Newton starting defense back out there. As I look at all the numbers, looks like everybody is back. Nick Milburn, who we commented looked like he got a little dinged up in the play just before half ended. He's fine. He's out there. So,
well, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that last touchback by Jackson there tied the school record at 38.
38, wow. So here we go. 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge, trailing Newton 41-0. As we start the third quarter, and the quarterback is going to get sacked. A lot of congestion back there. And
he just really didn't know which way to turn.
He didn't know. And I think it was Mosley, number 99, at the bottom of the pile.
And Felton.
Yeah, so that's a loss of about 7. So we have 2nd down, about 16 according to the PA announcer, so we'll go with that. And the quarterback back there all by himself. Oh, there's back hidden behind him there, and they'll go up the middle. They'll get the lost yardage back, and that's it. As they went up the middle, 3rd down. And they're looking at 10 yards to go. Wyatt Sterling. No, not Wyatt Sterling. The carry there.
That was Ezra Barkhouse that carried it there for the Dodgers.
I was going to say I grabbed the wrong roster. So it's 3rd down, 11 yards to go. Ball far hash mark. Quarterback McBride looks right, throws bullet short of the 1st down, didn't get there. Tackled Milburn in on the stop. Shanto in on the stop as well. They ran that route a yard short or 2 of the 1st down yardage.
You may see them go for it here, though.
They have before. They did whenever they turned the ball over. Newton got their last score, so undoubtedly they'll go for it. And it will probably be in the hands of Ross. 4th down. You need to get to the, obviously, since it was a touchback, to the 30, just short of the 29.
That was Mosley with that 11-yard reception there.
And it'll be quarterback McBride to the right side, and he's not going to get there. Another turnover on downs. Newton defense holds, and they will take over once again deep in Dodger territory.
Yep, big 3 and out there to start the second half for the Cardinals.
That play was basically no gain. It's back just shy of the 29-yard line. So actually it'll be ball touching the 28. So a 28-yard drive here starting for Newton with 9:11 left in the third quarter. They're up 41-0. See if they can keep their streak alive. They've scored on every possession so far. They're working left to right. Thomason coming this way. Got the blockers out. He'll hesitate at the 30, 25, and it's spun down at about the 18 or 17. So he's going to be right at the sticks. And a guy at the 30-yard line singles first down. And the clock continues to roll. They put the ball at the 17.
That play there is usually the way the Cardinals have started about the last 3 ball games this year.
Ball near hash mark. Again, Newton working left to right. Otto is going to go wide to the far side. And it looks like Finn Martin's coming to the short side of the field here. Closest to us. They'll break huddle. Hansen to the right of Caden Klein, who stands on the right hash mark. It's Hansen to the left side. Darts in, now darts back out. Got a couple ball players hanging on him, and he won't gain a whole lot of yards, but they never did really bring him down until the end. Sam Mosier, a junior, one of their leading tacklers, was in on that stop.
Cardinal faithful there wanted a late hit on that play.
Yeah, that was pretty borderline. So the ball's at the 15 now. 2nd and 8. It's on the far side of the field. Finn Martin goes to the short side. Otto's going to be here on the near side. And they will break huddle the rest of the team quickly and get to the line. And Sterling Wyatt's in the backfield along with Coley and Hansen. It's going to be a Caden Klein Claper right side around the 30. It's 15-10, jukes man and goes in. Another touchdown for Caden Klein from the 15-yard line. Got pushed back with a good pursuit here from the near side. And they got around the corner. And another man missed at the 5 and goes in for another score. It's 47-0. Newton on top. Jackson Price ready to add another point after try. And ball kind of rolls back there, but Micah Mattis does a good job getting it down, and it's good. 48-0, 7:10 left in the third quarter. Another score for the Cardinals. This is Cardinal Football, KRLS 3 Stream. We'll be back to the H&R Block Radio broadcast booth.
You didn't start your business to do taxes. Good thing we did. Block Advisors by H&R Block serves over 2 million businesses like yours every year. From daycare providers to home contractors and realtors, we've seen it all. Find a tax expert who understands the ins and the outs of your industry. Contact your local Block Advisors by H&R Block in Sheraton, Knoxville, and Newton, and start your small business taxes today.
Premier athletes deserve premier coverage. South Central Iowa is full of talented sports teams, and that talent is showcased 365 days out of the year here on KRLS. Whether it's broadcasting tonight's game, a recap of last night's action, or interviewing the big shots in the area, the KRLS sports team is ready to bring you the top sports coverage in South Central Iowa. The one to count on for today's local sports coverage all year long, 92.1 KRLS.
And we're back to the H&R Block Radio broadcast booth as Jackson Price gets another touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge, now trailing 48-0. Didn't you say it was like 70-something last
71 to 70.
Okay, I think the Cardinals want to match that, I think, at least on their end.
Well, and they need to get this going. I mean, should be a continuous clock from here on out, too.
Standing back at the 15 to throw, a little quick out to the far side, and coming up nicely, quickly, Shanto to make the stop for very little gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 9.5.
Well, that pass going to Mosley, I believe, over there again.
Yeah, he's been his favorite receiver here lately.
Yes, he has this evening.
Quarterback hands off up the middle. That's going to be a gain of maybe 2 yards at most. I think that was Ross again. So it's 3rd down. And they're back up to the line. 2 receivers coming to the near side. Ball at far hash mark again. Fort Dodge working right to left. Now down by 48-0. 3rd down, quarterback fakes a pitch to the right and goes to the other side and throws a quick out for a couple more yards. Good job by Northcutt to get over there. Dawson Mackey was over there on the stop. They're looking at another 4th down. And I don't think they made a 4th down yet when they've tried, except maybe early. But since the second quarter, I know they've not made a 4th down. They're going for it again, 4th and 2. Quarterback in the shotgun. Trying to get Newton to, Newton almost jumped off sides. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Oh, now they're going to maybe run the play. 5-4. Yep, they're going to run the play. Looking for a pass across the middle. Incomplete. Nice job batting it away at the last second. That was another great play by linebackers for Newton. And that time, getting in there with Griffin to knock it away. So Newton takes over once again on another short field. The 28-yard line.
Same place they took over last drive.
They'll come out with Wyatt Sterling out there once again. Working left to right. Sterling now goes in motion. 2 wideouts near side. Quan Coley gets a carry. Left side, he finds no running room. One of the players that we don't mention a whole lot, but I've noticed here tonight's been doing a good job is Kyler Griffin, senior. Kind of listed as a defensive back, plays more like a linebacker. But he was in on that last play, that last pass play to break that up. Second down, and I'll give Quan maybe a yard. So it's second down, ball far hash mark. Finn Martin is wide this way with Otto in the slot. Motion man coming this way as well. That's Micah Mattis. They're going to, ball batted away. Ross got out there and got a hand on it.
It's a good thing Micah went ahead and covered it up, though, there.
Yeah, definitely. You didn't know that would be called a lateral or not. Got an update for you for the Indianola game, if anyone's wondering about what's going on with Joaquin Northwest and Indianola 21-7 now at the end of 3. Indians are driving. Coming out near side is Finn Martin. Slot man is Otto. And Micah Mattis wide to the far side. He'll come this way. And Quan Coley takes the handoff left side. A lot of congestion in the backfield and gets around that. Gets upfield for maybe 2 is all. Good penetration by the defensive end there for the Dodgers. Oh, man, this is what?
We're going for a field goal.
Okay, I was going to say, we've scored on every possession. All right, this is Jackson Price, far hash mark. They're going to put it at the 32-yard line.
So it'll be a 42-yard field goal there.
42 from the left hash mark. He's kicking left to right. The flag is not, we need another lineman. The flag is limp, so he's got no wind right now. Ball's down, kick is up, a line drive. I think he got it. He got it with plenty of room to spare. Jackson Price hits the field goal to make it a 40 or 51 to nothing score. So there we go, another 3 on the board for the Cardinals.
That's the first time Caden Klein hasn't had anything to do with the scoring tonight.
Jeez, they could have at least put him in there like on the line or something.
Or let him, center it back to,
do something.
to Micah or something.
Come on. He's probably pouting over there on the sidelines now. No, Caden is one of the most humble young men you will ever meet. Not like the limelight really much at all. Probably one of the reasons he was homecoming king. 40-yard line is where Jackson Price, who just connected on that field goal, is going to kick it off from. See if that took anything out of his leg. He's still going to get it. He's going to get it in right at the goal line. Oh, they're going to let him run it out. It's Ross coming near side. He's got some running room. Cuts back. He's at the 40. Oh, it might be a score. The shutout might be gone. Northcutt's in pursuit. But I think Ross is going to take it to the house. That is going to be a 100-yard touchdown return for Fort Dodge. And he went right up the Cardinal sidelines. And then once he got to the Cardinal 40, he cut it back and went across field. And Northcutt is down on the field. And hopefully he is not injured too much. He's walking. I think he just might have got the wind knocked out of him. So the shutout is gone with 1:27 left in the third quarter. And they will be going for 2. This is a formation that we've seen a lot of lately. We saw it in the junior varsity game a couple weeks ago, where you have a center just kind of by himself, and then the rest of the team is somewhere else. Now they go back, and everybody is lined up like normal for the normal extra point attempt. And Spencer Smith, the sophomore, will try and put it through. And he does. So with 1:27 left, It is a 51-6 score. The Dodgers get on the board. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth at H.A. Lynn Stadium on the KRLS 3 stream.
Help your loved ones celebrate their big day by calling in their birthday or anniversary. We'll announce on our radio birthday show on the Tassel Ridge Winery Anniversary Show during our KRLS morning magazine just before 8 a.m. You can call it in now to 842-3161 or 628-8672, or you can send it by clicking Contact Us at KNIAKRLS.com. Not only will they know someone is thinking of them, they'll have a chance to win an awesome prize package. The one to count on for today's news and local information, 92.1 KRLS.
Too busy to get away for a meal? You can place your PJ's Deli order in Newton on Delivery.com. Your go-to for online ordering, residential delivery, and easy customer pickup. Order through Delivery.com every Monday and enjoy 10% off. If you're planning a party, a holiday gathering, or a meeting, check out PJ's Deli's catering trays, business lunch options, and sweet treats for showers. Their full catering menu is now online at pjsdeli.com.
As we get back to the playing here, kickoff ran back after picked up about the 20-yard line. It's another one of those funky kicks that Fort Dodge did to start things off. They kind of kick it out towards the sideline at 20. This time, instead of letting it go out of bounds, it was fielded there and brought up to about the 48-yard line.
Yeah,
or 38-yard line, actually.
Micah Mattis did a good job there.
So Newton has the football once again. King Klein brings him out. Nick Thomason back in there in the slot. Wide out to the near side. And Thomason will take it to the left. Trying to get around the corner. And gets out of bounds at about the 43 or 42. So a lot of running for maybe a 3-4 yard gain. Depends upon where they said he was out.
Well, it was interesting here. Coach Ergenbright had the whole kickoff team over there watching on the screen there how that last score came about.
And that is the end of the third quarter. It is a 51-7 score. Newton on top. Well on their way to round number 2 next Friday night against an opponent to be determined. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. You're listening to Newton Cardinal Football, the KRLS 3 stream.
Whether it's catching up with the coach or spotlight athlete after a big game, look back at an exciting broadcast, or checking in on area high school alumni, today's Lately Radio Sports page brings more award-winning sports coverage to KNIA KRLS. The show airs every weekday during our morning, afternoon, and evening news magazines, and is also available online at KNIAKRLS.com and our podcasts. Each show includes a focus on local sports coverage from area communities. Today's Lately Radio Sports page is just one more reason we're the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA KRLS.
Well, 57 points on the board, or 58 points actually on the board. And, yeah, most of them belong to the Cardinals, which is good news. They have the football again, working right to left as we go to the final quarter, and it'll be handoff to Wyatt Sterling. And he will do good to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of running room for the senior running back. Bring up third down. This could be in jeopardy of ending the Cardinal string of scoring on every possession. They're at their own 41. Need to get up to the 48 for a first down. Again, they're working right to left. Coming near side. Got some other players in here now with different numbers. Caden still at quarterback. Going out wide. Drew Bauer on the far side. Nick Thomason still in there. And they're going to come back right side, up the middle, and short of the first down. Brought down at about the 45-yard line with Sterling. So it's fourth down, and it will be a punting situation. So the punt team will get to practice for the Cardinals.
Well, and Wyatt, he gets a couple carries there for his hard work every week on that practice squad.
And so back to kick it away for the Cardinals. The person who started out, William Burren, a junior, started out as kicker. Felton's been doing a lot lately. And he will kick it away. And it'll get to the 30-yard line, take a big bounce past the player, roll dead at the 16 or 17. And that is where the Dodgers will have it. They're going to end the year 8-2, and their 2 losses were no doubters. 38-0 to Sergeant Bluff Luton. And then this one, as it stands now, it's 51-7 with just under 9 minutes left. So got one of these funky formations. We have a center and a tackle. And we got a whole bunch of other players here on the far side. Now back going right, they'll pitch it. Trying to get some room over there. And a nice job by Dawson Mackey. Well, that wasn't Dawson Mackey. That was King Klein who made the tackle.
That was Kyrie Rashawn.
Number 6 instead of 5. Okay. Another type of play. And coming off the end, sack it in, Wyatt Sterling. Sack down inside the 10-yard line.
That was Asher Rhodes. Buddy.
Asher Rhodes?
Yep, 16.
Asher Rhodes came through to make this sack all the way back inside the 9-yard line. Kind of funky formation there. And now we have 3rd down and long way to go. And we got a whole bunch of different players in there now for Newton. Quarterback McBride got some pressure. They'll throw a short pass. And they're going to be short of the first down. Only about a gain of a yard. Quarterback went way back, kind of like a screen play. And by the time they get it back to the line of scrimmage, defense reacted and held it to a short gain. So Fed Martin will go back to receive the punt. He will stand at the 48-yard line of Fort Dodge. Snap is good. Kick is up and away. And it will bounce. Big Fort Dodge bounce. Bounce to the 34 and rolls all the way down to about the 47-yard line. We do have an update on the Pella score. As they head into the 4th quarter, Pella is on top 14-7 over North. Manuel Deer's 87-yard play of the year candidate, according to what it says here. Waukee Northwest, 28, Indianola 7. 8 minutes left in that one. So it's 1st and 10. King Klein hands off. Pretty good running room. Off tackle right. And almost a 10-yard gain for the ball carrier.
Colton Shaw again.
Colton Shaw, number 23. Oh, Aiden Grimm.
Yep.
Number 23. It's a 9-yard gain for him. We roll down to 6.5 left, 51-7. Your score. There will be more Cardinal football next Friday night. Place to be determined. Wish we had an update on the Gilbert game. We do not at this point in time. Klein fakes a pass, and they'll go up the middle again. Got a 1st down as they push the pile to about the 37. Wyatt Sterling gets the carry on that one. So the Newton offense clicking on all cylinders here again tonight. And they have really put up some big numbers this year. With all that talent. Drew Bauer coming to the near side. Looks like we got Josh Lampy in the slot. No, that's Gabe Otto in the slot. And they'll go up the middle on a first down carry for a gain of 2.
That was Grimm again there with the ball.
So it's 2nd down and 8. Andy Swedenjelm getting his first playoff victory. Just had to get home. That's it. Just had to get home.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. Caden in the shotgun. Back off to his left. And Andy's going to call a timeout here. Didn't like the way the formation was set up on this 2nd down play. So we'll stop the clock. 51-7, 4:56 left in the ball game. You're listening to Newton Cardinal football on the KRLS 3 stream. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Know what decisions are being made at local school board sessions, board of supervisors meetings, and city council meetings by listening to KRLS News. Our award-winning news staff will bring you information from your elected officials and decision makers, as well as heartfelt feature stories, weather coverage, and more. If you miss it on air, find it all on KNIA-KRLS.com. The one to count on for today's local news, 92.1 KRLS.
Back to the HR Block Radio broadcast booth. Randy Van Wally Price. We're in the 4th quarter. 5 minutes left in this game. It's been dominated by Newton. They're up 51-7. Headed to the 2nd round of the playoffs. Handoff. Not much room for Grimm this time. Only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down. With Newton looking to take on Lewis Central or Gilbert next week. Gilbert undefeated going into that game against a 5-4 Lewis Central squad. But if you weren't with the pregame, well, I mean, maybe we said that off mic, Wally, that the Lewis Central had lost a lot of games, close games.
Yeah, Lewis Central in their 4 losses, all 4 of those losses have been to playoff teams, and all were within 3 points.
Graham carries up the middle again. Gets maybe 3. It's going to be a 4th down. And what does Coach Sweeney want to do now? Clock rolling under 4 minutes. 51-7. Newton scoring on all their possessions that they had to get up to that 51 points. They're going for it at 4th down. King Klein's been still in there at quarterback with a lot of the substitutions out there. Caden's going to stand at the 47. They need 6 yards. Mike Amanis goes in motion. They're going to give it to him. He's going to try and find the corner, and he's not going to make it. Ball will go on downs to Fort Dodge. They'll have another opportunity. Christopher, we have to see if we can catch some of these new players out there. Christopher Dionda, a senior, number 6, is out there as a linebacker. Up in the Bill Rollins still out there, number 77. Asher Rhodes is out there. He is still out there. So it's 1st and 10. The Dodgers going left to right again. They have not scored an offensive touchdown. They just got a kickoff return not too long ago for a score, 100 yards. And that's been it for them. Up the middle they go, and they get about 3 or 4 to add on to their rushing total. They just went straight into the line off the left side. Ball far hash mark right side. McBride back with 2 backs by him. Slot man over here near side, but they're going to keep it on the ground. Breaks the tackle at the 35, spins across the 40. Picks about 15 on that one. Roughly, it looks like. Move the chains out to the 45-yard line of Fort Dodge. So they'll get another 3. It's 2 minutes left of their season.
Pick up a 13 there by Barkos.
Pass over near side and caught and out of bounds. Chantel right there to make the stop. Peterson gets another catch to add to his career total for Fort Dodge. So it's second down. Call it 3. Up the middle. And they'll pick up the first down. And that's into Cardinal territory, down to the 42. We're down to a minute 20. Left hash mark, one back, second back through, and that's basically all they're doing is just running it straight up the gut into the line. Carry of 2 that time for McCarthy. We have second down and 8. We're under a minute left. It's time the quarterback looking for a give and go. Chantu's out there, got him covered, and bats it away. So good defensive coverage there. And that will stop the clock with, well, actually it won't since we're above that. Score total. So Chanteau doing a good job defensively.
Well, I'll tell you what, McBride, really a good passer. I mean, his
3. Okay, we understand Gilbert's trailing by 3 with about 2 minutes left in that game. So it's third down. Last play here. Back to pass. Throwing it deep out there. It's incomplete. With 1 second, there it goes. It is over. Newton defeats Fort Dodge 51-7. Dominating fashion, and they are off to round number 2 as they take care of business in a big way here and strut their stuff. Teams now exchanging handshakes. And we are going to be back, tally up the impressive stats here. Andy Swedenjelm gets his first win and the first playoff game here at H.A. Lynn Stadium since 2007 is a resounding victory. This is Cardinal football in the KRLS 3 stream. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth in 1 minute.
All of KRLS's award-winning news and sports stories can be found online at KNIA-KRLS.com. While you're there, you can also check out interview programs, archive game broadcast, upcoming events on our community calendar, weather forecast, and more. Visit KNIA-KRLS.com to stay in the loop on what's happening in your neck of the woods. The one to count on for today's news and local information. 92.1 KRLS.
Premier athletes deserve premier coverage. South Central Iowa is full of talented sports teams, and that talent is showcased 365 days out of the year here on KRLS. Whether it's broadcasting tonight's game, a recap of last night's action, or interviewing the big shots in the area, the KRLS sports team is ready to bring you the top sports coverage in South Central Iowa. The one to count on for today's local sports coverage all year long, 92.1 KRLS.
Set your kids up for success this school year with a comprehensive eye exam from the Eye Care Center of Newton. Hi, this is Dr. Chad Klein. Clear vision is key to learning, reading, and classroom confidence. Our expert team makes eye care easy, comfortable, and kid-friendly. Don't wait. Schedule your child's back-to-school eye exam today. Your child's education starts with clear sight. Eye Care Center of Newton. Our mission is your vision.
And now the Newton Cardinals lining up on the 40-yard line, all across the 40-yard line. And so is Fort Dodge, as they'll have a presentation for the state qualifying squad, Fort Dodge. And so while they do that, we will start to recap the multiple scores that Newton put on the board here tonight. Just a dominating performance by the Cardinals. All started on their first possession as Caden Klein hits Finn Martin on a 51-yard pass reception to cap a 3-play, 65-yard drive with 10:44 left in the first quarter. The extra point, it was no good. The snap a little behind Micah Mattis, and Jackson Price pulled it a little to the right. So it was 6-0. After Newton's first possession, and that was the opening possession of the games. Fort Dodge won the toss and deferred. 65 yards later, Newton was up. Fort Dodge would then punt the ball to Newton, and Newton would go on a 45-yard drive. Just 2 plays. Caden Klein taking it in from 42 yards out on a touchdown run. As Caden had a huge night here. The extra point was good. 13-0 was the score at that point in time. And we were not even halfway through the first quarter. Third time Newton got the ball. Guess who scored? Caden Klein again. 1-yard touchdown run. Kafkin 8-play, 70-yard drive. That was the longest drive of the night for the Cardinals. They go 70 yards, 8 plays, 3:26 still in the first quarter. And they were up 20-0 after Jackson Price hit the kick. They weren't done yet, though, in that first quarter. They were able to score again with 9 seconds left. Caden Klein, 11-yard touchdown run, 5-play, 51-yard drive. The extra point good, 27-0 after the first 12 minutes of plays. Newton scored on every possession. That would continue in the second quarter as well. Caden Klein, a 5-yard touchdown run with 2:18 left in the second quarter. 7-play, 55-yard drive that capped, and it made it 34-0. With 36 seconds left before we head to the locker room, the Cardinals got one more score in. It was a 3-play, 29-yard drive. Caden Klein to Finn Martin, 17-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good, 41-0 at the half. Fort Dodge would get the third quarter kickoff. Newton would stop them, and then Newton would score on their first possession. Caden Klein, 15-yard touchdown run, 3-play, 28-yard drive. The extra point was good. So Newton was on top 48-0 with 7:10 left in the third quarter. With 1:47 left, it was Jackson Price getting a 42-yard field goal to wrap up the scoring in the third quarter. Made it 21-0. And then it was a Deshaun Ross 100-yard kickoff return with 1:27 left. Made it 51-7. And that is your final here tonight. As Newton rolls in the playoff game here against the Dodgers. Very dominating fashion. And they will move on. And we'll see if we get an update on the Gilbert game here. But they are definitely going to be playing next week. Hopefully it'll be here. It'd be great to have another home playoff game. But I have well, Gilbert threw a 30-yard touchdown with 20 seconds left and leads Lewis Central 27-24. So again, if Gilbert wins, we'll be on the road. Looks like head coach Andy Sweeney making his way towards us as we speak. So we will take a break. Let's got a final in, too, as well. Wilton 30, West Branch 7's a final. Northwest 28, Indianola 7. And PCM 38, Pella Christian 24. There are 19 minutes left in the third quarter there. So
17 seconds left in the game.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll hear from head coach Andy Swedenjelm as we return to our post-game show here on KRLS 3. Be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth.
Got tires needing real care? Maybe it's oil change time or you just want an honest hometown mechanic. Then head on over to Ryan's Tire and Auto, Newton's favorite pit stop. At Ryan's, you're not just a car. You're part of our community. From tire sales, brake repairs, diagnostics, and custom accessories, we've got you covered with prices you can afford and service you can trust. Located at 1607 First Avenue East in Newton. Open weekdays 7 to 5 and Saturdays from 8 to noon. Call 641-841-2134 today. And when your tires are crying, better call Ryan. Here in Newton, we look out for each other. And when it comes to protecting what matters most, that's exactly what Lonnie Portner with State Farm does best. Auto, home, life, and business. Lonnie's got you covered with plans that make sense for your needs and your budget. Lonnie's more than just an insurance agent. He's your neighbor. You'll get real answers, personal service, and peace of mind that comes with working with someone who truly cares about this community. So whether you're buying your first car, building your dream home, or planning for the future, stop by Lonnie Portner's office in Newton or give him a call today.
And welcome back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. I'm Randy Van. Wally Price with us as well as 51-7 again is the final here tonight, and we are joined by Newton head coach Andy Sweeten. Gentlemen, the Coach's Corner powered by Hy-Vee. Congratulations on the first playoff victory for you, Coach.
Absolutely, that's awesome, right? And so, yeah, great feeling, great opportunity for our program and our community, right? So, just really excited, really proud of our kids. They played great, played lights out, and so can't be more proud as a coach.
What about the strength this team has put together here at the end of the season? I mean, they score on almost every possession.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a testament to our kids and how locked in they are. And, we talked a lot this season about our kids and, being selfish and that kind of stuff. And I think they're totally embodying it right now. And so I'm just really proud. And you got all those guys that are playing through each other. And playing for each other, you can really accomplish special things.
Caden Klein had a huge night. I think he had his hand in about every score except maybe one, and then the field goal.
Yeah, no, he's a special player, man. He's a special player. And so when you got kids that are like that, where they're special players on the field, great kids off the field, great character, great academics, you have great role models, for your kids, and he's a testament to that, as a father of two kids, and man, I hope they turn out as good as that kid.
Well, he sure showed his stuff here tonight on the football field. You mentioned in the pregame show when I talked to you earlier today that you had some schemes you had a little tweaks, I guess, on defense or something to stop number one.
No,
not really.
I think they played really well. So yeah, we had a few little things. Nothing too crazy though. We talked a lot about bottling him up and making sure he doesn't break contain and stuff like that. Because when he gets in the open field, he's a scary dude, right?
Yeah.
And so our kids did a really good job of being fundamentally sound, playing in their gaps. Our defensive line did a really good job playing on the other side of the ball tonight, and so it really lights out team effort.
Do you think it was just getting everybody healthy that kind of flipped the switch?
That's part of it. I mean, that's absolutely part of it. I feel like when our guys are healthy and we're good to go, I mean, we're as deep as any team in the state, right? And so I think that's part of it, and getting them confident and playing with a little bit of swagger and, letting them get after it. And, I think just truly learning how to meld together as one unit has been really big for us here. So just can't say enough about our kids.
How about the crowd? I think there was lining up here, I think, by noon, I believe.
It was awesome. I just kept hearing all day over at the school, yeah, there's people lined up already out there, blah, 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 right? And so, no, it's just a testament, right? I'm so proud of our community, so proud of everybody involved with this because, it's special to be able to have that kind of environment here. I mean, it's a huge testament to how well we've played at H.A. Stadium, just the fan support, community support, and I'm just excited to keep that going forward.
Yeah, 10-0 now after over 2 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and no signs of letting up either as you really put the things together here tonight. Was there anything that you really point to that you were a little disappointed about?
It's hard to be disappointed in this situation.
I know. I almost felt silly asking it.
Yeah, no, I just just winning, man. That's the best experience, and so just making sure we stay first class, and if teams are talking that kind of stuff, we just can't drop to that level, and so we just got to make sure we keep playing smart and doing that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, you really have cleaned up the penalties here from earlier this year, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
0 tonight.
0 tonight, perfect. That's great.
Yeah,
Take
no
that
turnovers either, which is key, obviously.
Yeah.
And as well, you got a couple of defensive turnovers, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids are playing really well, man. Just love this group of kids. They're fun kids to be around every single day.
So as you think ahead here, I hate to ask you too as well, but if it's Gilbert coming up, road trip there, your initial thoughts on facing them?
Well, that's fine. Like we'll take our chances against anybody, right? And so, I trust our coaching staff. I trust everybody here involved in our program, players, kids. They're going to give their best effort. So. Whether it's here, there, anywhere. I told you guys that I'd play in a cow field, right? And so, no, just really, really excited about it. We've got some things with Gilbert, being our district the last couple of years that, I'd love nothing more than to beat those dudes.
Knock them off. Well, best of luck on that. Congratulations. Enjoy it here tonight. And dominating performance, 51-7 as you take care of business and get your first playoff win. And a lot nicer being able to go back to that locker room after a win than sitting on a bus for 3 hours after a tough loss.
Absolutely.
So good deal. Well, congratulations, Coach. Appreciate you coming up as well, and have a great rest of your night.
Yep, thank you. You too.
Head coach Andy Sweeney joining us on the Coach's Corner, powered by Hy-Vee. Again, a dominating performance here, 51-7 as they take care of business against Fort Dodge. And they'll be playing next week as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. You're listening to Cardinal Football on the KRLS 3 stream. We'll be back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth after these words.
You didn't start your business to do taxes. Good thing we did. Block Advisors by H&R Block serves over 2 million businesses like yours every year. From daycare providers to home contractors and realtors, we've seen it all. Find a tax expert who understands the ins and the outs of your industry. Contact your local Block Advisors by H&R Block in Sheraton, Knoxville, and Newton, and start your small business taxes today.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
And we're back to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth. Randy Van Wally Price, as we just witnessed, a very dominating performance by the Newton Cardinals. See, they're kind of over there by the Victory Bell, gathered around over by the Cardinal statue over there that's between the southwest side of the stadium and the locker room. And they're going to be ringing that bell as they very well deserve it here tonight. Just took care of business from the get-go. And Wally, the stats definitely show that out as well.
Well, that's right, Randy. Newton Cardinals had 20 first downs. They rushed the ball 36 times, 251 yards of rushing. Leading the way, Caden Klein, 9 carries, 128 yards. Second was Isaiah Hansen, 13 carries for 73 yards. Had Nick Thomason, 3 carries for 21 yards. Quan Colby, 3 carries for 8 yards. Then we had Micah Mattis, 1 carry for 3 yards. Wyatt Sterling, 3 for 5 yards. And Aiden Grimm, 4 carries for 13 yards. Caden Klein was 5 of 7 passing for 118 yards. 369 yards of offense for the Cardinals. Leading receiver was Finn Martin. He had 4 catches for 101 yards. And Isaiah Hansen had 1 catch for 17 yards. We just talking to Coach there, no penalties for the Cardinals, 1 fumble recovery and 1 interception. The Fort Dodge Dodgers had 8 first downs. They rushed the ball 28 times for 64 yards. Their leading rusher was Deshaun Ross, 14 carries for 42 yards. Then we had Ezra Barkhouse, 6 carries for 32 yards. True McBride had 6 carries for negative 15 yards. And Rashawn had 1 carry for 5 yards. True McBride was 13 of 27 passing for 106 yards. So 107 yards of offense for the Dodgers. Their leading receiver was Mosley. He had 7 catches for 56 yards. Kyrie Rashawn, 3 catches for 21 yards. Noah Daniel, 1 for 13. And Cal Peterson, 2 catches for 16. Fort Dodge had 3 penalties, all in the first half. And the Cardinals committed no turnovers, so they did not have any turnovers against the Cardinals.
Just so many weapons on this Cardinal team, and they all came out here tonight and took care of business. And, you got to love the way they're playing right now and their chances even going to Gilbert.
Yeah, like Coach said, he's not afraid of anybody right now with this bunch. And if we keep playing he keeps talking. He hadn't seen a complete game yet.
I don't know what he could fault with this one. A 100-yard kickoff return, I guess. There you go.
That's right, and we had a couple bad snaps. I'll tell you what, Micah Mattis did a heck of a job back there getting that ball held for Jackson to do the kicking tonight because a couple of those snaps, one that was really high and a couple others were pretty slow rollers back there. So a couple things to work on this week, but all in all, the Cardinals, just a great effort here. Couldn't ask for anything more out of a group of young men.
And these group of young men, of course, have been through some heartache, up at Decorah last year. And I'm sure that was fresh in their minds. They were not going to let that happen here tonight, and it did not. I want to remind you that you're listening to Newton Cardinal Football, powered by the Knoxville Raceway and the KRLS 3 stream at KNIKRLS.com and the KNIKRLS mobile app. Still have our fan of the game to pass along to you. We'll have some final comments before we wrap things up here from H.A. Lynn Stadium. Again, 51-7. Newton downs Fort Dodge to advance to round number 2 of the playoffs. We'll be back in 60 seconds to the H&R Block radio broadcast booth.
For a great car buying experience, come see us here at Lauterbach Buick GMC in Newton. Hello, this is Jason Lauterbach, and we've been selling Buicks in Central Iowa since 1954. Family is the cornerstone of Lauterbach Buick GMC, and that's why we treat every customer like one of our own. Discover the perfect vehicle with a growing selection of Buick Envisions, Encore GX, and the all-new Buick Envista. Local family-owned Lauterbach Buick GMC, Newton Speedway exit 168 or lauterbachcars.com.
Does your child struggle with attention, sleep, or sensory sensitivities? Maybe they're a picky eater, have trouble with coordination, or seem overwhelmed in certain environments. These challenges can impact their daily life, learning, and emotional well-being. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, our pediatric occupational therapists specialize in helping children develop the skills they need to thrive. With our convenient locations in Ames, Des Moines, Oskaloosa, Pella, and Newton, we're here to support your child's growth and success. Visit kineticedgept.com or call any of our locations to learn more and schedule an evaluation.
And we're back to H.A. Lynn Stadium. We still have some folks milling around after this big victory here tonight. First home game since 2007, and it was dominated by the Newton Cardinals. Andy Sweetengem gets a little bit of a monkey off his back. 3 straight playoff losses on the road. Comes home, and they just dominate Fort Dodge here. Good team. A team that's not nearly as explosive. Not many teams are as the Cardinals. And they just shut them down and took care of business to move on to round number 2, and just one game away from being able to play in the Unidome, Wally. It's been a while since Newton's made an appearance there.
No, that's right. I know a little bit that I've looked ahead. Gilbert does have a couple of set of twin brothers that will both be in the offensive backfield, and that for them something the Cardinals will have to look forward to next week if Gilbert holds on to win that game. But
I don't think we have a final in on it yet. But they had scored, and there was like 17 seconds left. But yeah, and also too, you kind of hope, since Newton is just so diverse, that that the weather doesn't come and play into the game, because that could hurt. Sometimes we've played in November and it's been pretty bad, and the passing games, like, you can't really do much.
Tell you what, forecast next week's in the 60s again.
Is it?
So it's supposed to be warmer than what we've got this week.
I should have known you would have scoped that out already.
Well,
so good job there.
I tell you what, you looked at me a little weird tonight when I told you what I thought the score was going to be. You thought you was going to be happy if it would have ended up at that score, and the Cardinals exceeded that. So great job by these young men. But we got a player of the game.
Yeah, well, boy, I don't think we have to think too long about that. I'll let you give the stats one more time for Caden Klein.
9 rushes, 128 yards. He was 5 of 7 passing for 118 yards. So Caden Klein, other than that field goal, touched the ball on every scoring possession that the Cardinals had.
That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Had his hand in 7 scores here tonight. So player of the game, and we do have that final. Gilbert 27, Lewis Central 24. So it'll be off to Gilbert next week. We hope you'll be be listening as Newton Cardinals on a roll here the last couple of weeks. Offense clicking, defense shutting people down, and looking forward to seeing what they can do against Gilbert next Friday night. Before we sign off, let's go to our fan of the game, and congratulations to Ann Deegan. Ann Deegan of Newton is our fan of the game, presented by Made Right. She has won a $10 gift certificate from Made Right in Newton, now serving breakfast every day until noon. Stop by Made Right for all the classics and sign up to be a fan of the game. You'll find the box right by the drive-up window. And we'll have a fan of the game next week, but congratulations to Ann Deegan. 51-7 the final, and look forward to talking to you next Friday night from Gilbert. For Wally Price, I'm Randy Van. Thanks for listening to Newton Cardinal Football on the KRLS 3 stream. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get the final here. Newton 51, Gilbert 7.
Thanks for tuning in to this exclusive presentation of live Iowa high school football coverage on KNIA KRLS, KNIAKRLS.com, and the free KNIA KRLS app. Make sure to tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the Hy-Vee Radio Coaches Corner, and every Friday night for the Jeremy Dingham Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show from 4:30 to 6:30, leading up to live play-by-play of our area teams. Now, stay tuned for the Grinnell Mutual Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show with Clayton Sampson on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.